Everything is fine here on Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. I'm Mike, joined by Bogey, here to talk all things Star Wars with all you fans out there. Remember, if you're listening to us right now, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, rate, review, share, all the above. We greatly appreciate it. Any little thing you do definitely helps us get our channel's name out there amongst all the other Star Wars channels, which there are quite a few. Again, once we hit 200 subscribers, we will have our first prize giveaway. That one's going to be a little secretive, but we've got some cool merch we want to give away. And then once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to be giving away a Theory Saber lightsaber. So you aren't going to want to miss out on that one. Make sure your name is public so we know who's subscribed to us and we can enter your name into the drawing. So looking forward to getting some merch away, including Bogey's plastic red lightsaber. Again, we keep adding on to this thing every time we bring it up. You know, we're going to make it serialized, one of one, autographed. It's going to be amazing.
Actually, you know what? We'll get it framed and everything.
In a shadow box.
The shadow box.
We'll get a sports card version of Bogey and his old Ben costume.
You know, this thing almost broke on my way home.
Oh, you're going to break someone's heart if that thing breaks.
On my way home from your place after the movie.
Oh no! Did it fall out of your car?
It was sitting in the front seat.
Oh.
Next to Grogu, and
Grogu dropped it.
Yeah, Grogu.
Bad baby.
Bad baby. On my way, I almost hit deer. There was out of nowhere. I was driving. I forget what's that road? It's not Radisson, but
Bunker.
Bunker. And I was driving, and all of a sudden I just see the eyes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I just slammed on the brakes. Everything in my car just went flying forward. I mean, thank God. I told you I had all that wood in the back of.
That's right.
That'd be Final Destination. All this wood comes flying forward, just impales me. But
oh my gosh!
Thank God.
Maybe it would have circle split them. You know, the wood. Inside joke from our conversation on the way to
circular splitting.
If you don't know what that is, we know someone who can inform you.
But it's intact, and Grogu's doing Grogu's doing okay.
It's a good thing you didn't have a pail of leftover popcorn in your seat, otherwise your car would be full of popcorn.
Popcorn just explodes everywhere.
That has happened to me in the past, going home from a movie and having to slam on my brakes, and the popcorn goes everywhere. I'm like, oh.
Someone's forgetting popcorn.
Yeah.
Or the refill that you got.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's something I always do. Whenever I go to a movie, I mean, it costs so much for popcorn and whatnot these days that I always ask for the free refill before I leave, because one of my favorite things about going to the movie is the popcorn. There's something about movie theater popcorn that's just chef's kiss. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's terrible for you, but it's delicious.
When I was watching everything while you went to do your quick bathroom before the movie starts, I did grab a handful.
Oh, good, good. You should have told me you wanted some.
Oh no, I mean, all I need is a handful.
Okay.
When you smell it, you can't help but just get a handful.
So enticing.
At least get a handful, because I had ate prior to the movie, so I wasn't hungry at all. But just the smell of it, I was like, I gotta have at least a handful.
I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast, so I'm like, I'm getting popcorn.
Yeah. Well, I know you said, the week prior, you're like, I'm definitely getting popcorn.
Yeah, that's
and now I know that's a must. And usually for me, that's kind of a must. But like I said, I wasn't that hungry, and
yeah.
So, and trying to save money and everything. So.
Sure, no, it makes sense. And also just to mention, our chat is up and running, so if you're listening to us, bring us your opinions, thoughts, and everything. We'll bring you a part of the show just as much as we are. So if you didn't know already, we went and we saw Mandalorian and Grogu movie today. So I know it's advertised as premiering on the 22nd, but they always have these night before showings and stuff like that. And it's what I always try to, opening night. It's what I always try to go to. And they, do special events. Like our tickets were the Star Wars special event or whatever it was. And they had some of the 501st members there that we got to talk to for a little bit. They had some people dressed up, not as many as I anticipated, but there were some, and little
Yeah,
kids and everything dressing up, getting excited. I would say if someone was, there were at least many people dressed in Star Wars stuff, not really costume. There were a couple
like
costume,
not
but
cosplay in it like we
right.
were.
But a good portion of people were wearing something Star Wars. There was even a guy that had his truck and the license plate read Kylo Ren, and he had all these decals on it. It was pretty cool. Out of everyone, though, you choose Kylo Ren. I mean, to each their own, but I don't know. But yeah. So overall,
What would be your plates if you had a choice?
does it have to be a character?
No.
Okay,
AT-AT.
Porkins.
There you go.
And it would be a Y-wing. My car would be a Y-wing.
A Y-wing. I mean, mine would be easy because I would just go Old Ben.
Oh yeah, there you go.
three letters each.
There you go.
That or just Obi-Wan.
Honestly, if it was anything, I would probably just put like Det Block, just to advertise for for our channel or whatnot.
But yeah, no, that was really random to see a Kylo Ren. Like, okay, I guess he's a Kylo Ren fan.
Kylo Ren, to each their own. And wasn't that the biggest decal? And it was something like "Always Remember" or something. That
yeah, it was something like that. I can't remember now. But yeah,
the irony in that, always remember, and we can't remember. But the overall experience was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to do it, and I'm so glad there's another movie coming out next year, right? Starfighter is supposed to release 2027.
Yep, the Ryan Gosling one.
Yep, so we'll have another opportunity to do something similar. Hopefully we can get more people to join with us. I don't know, I think it was just, since it's been a while since a Star Wars movie has come out, wasn't quite sure what lengths people would go to or what kind of things would take place leading up to it. So not sure who all would be interested on a Thursday night. Being older, we all have kids now, so it makes it a little more challenging. So, but anyways, next year we'll put more effort into getting more people to come along with us, see who we can get to dress up alongside us and whatnot, because it was a lot of fun. And thanks for joining, Bogey. That I thought we had a great time. So
I had a blast. And just the fact that you said like, hey, I'm gonna dress up, or did I ask? I was like, "All right, you gonna dress?" And you're like,
you brought it up, and I was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Are you?" And you're like, "Don't tempt me with a good time."
Yeah, there you go. And then I told you, you're like, "Yeah, I got my whole like Jedi wardrobe," and I was like, "That's what I got too." I'm like, "That's awesome." And of course, right when we show up, people wanted to take some pictures. So I mean, that was fun. I mean, there was like a stormtrooper, or what do you call it?
Scout trooper.
Scout trooper.
Yeah.
Dressed up. He had a pretty sick outfit.
Yeah, it was legit. If you're in the 501st, your cosplay uniform is legit.
Mm-hmm. So that was fun. And then I told you when we went into the theaters, and then when you came back after your bathroom break, I was like, well, I'm going to go quick too before the movie starts. When I went out in the lobby, there was a few other people dressed up. There was someone dressed up as
there's a rebel pilot. I saw him.
Rebel pilot. And then, of course, the scout trooper. And then I told you there was like the black uniform, but they had that like they're the ones that in the Death Star.
The Death Star, yeah.
Like operators, they're run the whole
the laser from the Death Star and everything.
Yeah, yeah. He had that helmet and that whole like get up and everything. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Awesome.
And there was another outfit, but I can't remember what it was. And then, well, when we were leaving, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm caving that. I'm gonna get that Grogu popcorn bucket. There was a sand trooper
right there.
Oh, there it is.
There.
There it is.
There's a sand trooper.
Yeah, he maybe is. I don't know if he's. What do you said, the 501st or what? Like,
I think that guy was with all 501st members. Because remember when we first started talking to him, he's like, oh, I came here with a group of guys, but they're all in watching the movie. I'm the one that got stuck out here.
Yeah. So it had to be one of his crew.
Yeah.
Because it's like a stormtrooper, but it's like sand camouflage color.
Sure.
So, and he when you were in line, but he like looked at me and he goes like,
I'm watching you.
Like, I'm watching you.
The scout trooper guy did the same thing too. Did you know? Like he walked
Right,
over to
right,
us while we
yeah,
were
right.
entering. He's like, "These
In the
two cannot enter in here." And then we were like, "You will let us through." He's like, "Okay, come on in."
All right, come on in. That was awesome.
That's just the fun you get when you're amongst other Star Wars fans who get
Yeah.
it and nerd out with it and everything.
Yep. No. It was a fun time. It was. I don't know. I like dressing up like this. This is
Oh, I
fun.
do too. I had to take off the cloak. I was getting way too hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have gone in other costumes before, and I'm realizing that going as a Jedi is the best way to go about going to a movie theater.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's
it's
so.
it's
I
probably
wore the Darth Vader one time. I was sweating so bad. I mean, I took the helmet off as I'm watching the movie, of course. But then I've got this whole like big helmet. You almost need to buy an extra seat just to put your helmet in, and it's just you're not as comfortable wearing all that stuff. So I guess the other option is just bring a bag of clothes and like you can show up as Darth Vader for like picture opportunities and stuff like that, and then before the movie
and
starts, go in the bathroom, change out, and something more comfortable. But yeah, wearing this, I was fairly comfortable. At the end, I was getting a little warm, and you said it was the reverse for you. You started off hot, and you got cooled off as the movie went on, right?
right. Yeah. Well, because we're walking around, we're taking pictures, and
Yeah,
then like I said, then like the kind of the shuffle between you and I, because like watching our stuff. Well, one goes to the bathroom quick, and then we trade places.
yeah,
Like all that. It was like a lot to take in with
a lot of
all that.
movement.
Yeah, and then like I said, like you said, like you liked my boots, but man, those boots really.
Were they hot?
When you walk around so
Oh,
much
sure.
or you're moving around too much, it's like it's consolidating the heat on like on your legs because like those boots, like I said, like right up almost to your knee,
Yeah,
just like the Phantom Menace version of boots. I
yeah,
mean that's what I tried to look up. It was like that version, but
yeah. It was perfect.
because at one point when I when we sat down and you're like, oh yeah, so don't forget you can recline. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm contemplating I'm taking my boots off because I'm like, I need my. But then I was
Oh,
like,
I
sitting there, I'm
should
like,
have done that. I mean, that was really weighing heavy on me too. Was the boots because mine were like heavy ass, almost cowboy
yours,
boots, like type thing.
yours are more heavy ass than mine were.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, mine rode up higher, but yours were like heavy duty.
yeah, they were heavy. Definitely causing a lot of heat. Another reason why I like that theater is you see how much space is between like the rail and our seats. So like the amount of times
Yeah,
someone walked by, I guess one guy kind of knocked me a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, people were walking by fairly easily. So
I mean it. There's so the AMC right by us in Anoka here. Is it the Anoka
yeah, I think
AMC?
there's one in Anoka.
But that one's like you buy in twos, so it's almost like a love couch
Yeah.
that reclines up, and
Ooh,
that that that
buggy.
amount that oh yeah, yeah.
Then we get really warm. No, I'm just
Two
kidding.
yeah two Jedi's just hanging out, just getting warm.
Then we can do like what's that YouTube channel guy that he he plays like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon and they're like watching the Star Wars films
Oh
and they're
yeah, no, I know what you're
like
talking about.
mystery
Yeah,
theater type shit and
yeah, yeah.
we could do that and then we can just commentate the whole
And
time.
they just they just critique the entire time. It's like,
Yeah.
why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah. Wait a minute, Maul Qui-Gon. What? Maul didn't die, but I did.
Yeah, yeah. Or I love like where he's talking like he pretends to be like Qui-Gon and then you have Obi-Wan like sitting on the couch watching the watching like they just like sub over the face or whatever and what's her face and Obi-Wan gets stabbed
Oh yeah,
and then
Reaper.
and then gets stabbed again
Yeah.
and Qui-Gon's like what the fuck? Like, I get stabbed once and I die, and she gets stabbed multiple times as a child, as an adult, like, and she still doesn't die. Like,
I think there's one with the Book of Boba Fett show, and he also has like Anakin there, um,
oh, yeah,
and it's
I
either
think,
Obi Wan Kenobi or Qui Gon that's sitting there, and a sand person shows up, and they were like, "Look, Anakin, sand people," just because of how he feels about sand, just being like a smart ass, like it's amazing.
Oh
I
man.
need to go back and like watch the movies with that, just with that commentating, like
Yeah.
just an
If they
extra
just
boost of comedy.
if they just had like you could watch the movie with like that in the background of
Yeah,
them just commentating.
yeah,
I
like
don't.
Mystery Theater. Isn't that what it is? Mystery.
Yeah, it's mystery something.
Yeah, Mystery Theater 3000 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where you had the
Any
two robots sitting in the front row of a theater, and you just see their silhouettes watching a movie, and oh, that was great. So I'm gonna put spoiler tag.
Yeah.
Spoilers. We're gonna be talking Mandalorian Grogu, the movie, which I probably should have put the spoiler tag on the actual. I'll do it in post, but spoilers. Don't if you haven't seen the movie, put us on pause.
Go right now
Go
if
buy
you
your
can.
ticket. That there were empty seats, so there might be still availability in showings. But yeah, put us on pause and then go watch the movie at whenever you can, then come back and listen to us because yeah, we're gonna talk through some specifics. But um, should we just start? Just overall, just I know we kind of touched on it immediately after we did the kind of immediate reactions to a little live stream for like a couple of minutes or whatnot, but we can kind of revisit that a little bit. What are your major takeaways? Like enjoyment of it, entertaining, did it meet expectations? What I know you gave a ranking, so you can kind of give that again. What are your overall thoughts of Mandalorian and Grogu?
Has that been published? What we
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was live, so it's out there.
okay. Well, if you guys heard, I kind of gave it around like 8 popcorns out of 10.
Yeah,
But I was entertained.
yeah,
And I was surprised. Like the one thing we were worried about was like the slapstick humor. I don't think I was worried there was going to be too much of that. I don't think there was the. I mean, there was, but not that much. And even like what the trailers were portraying as like some slapstick tumor. Yeah, no. Slapstick.
no, sorry.
Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da, da,
yeah.
da, da. Oh, so some of the slapstick humor was in the trailer was not that much. Like, where I don't know. At times it seemed serious. You just got like a little, huh, that's kind of funny
Yeah.
type thing. It wasn't like, but it wasn't like trying to make you laugh constantly with the Grogu bits and everything. I don't know. I like I said, and I was entertained with the action. I thought the action was phenomenal. Like the fight scenes, Mando doing his thing. I don't know. I thought a lot of it was, for the most part, was pretty solid. So, like let's say like this was my expectations. I actually think it kind of
Exceeded.
exceeded a little bit.
Okay.
Was it a great movie? Was it perfect? No, not by any means. Was the story itself kind of messy? Yes, for sure. And it was something that we talked about, and I still think to the afterwards, this could have been another season, not a movie. So that's where my final thoughts are. Kind of like, was it entertaining? Yes. Could it have been a season instead of a movie? Yes, for sure.
Yeah. With a lot of things you're saying, I agree. I echo a lot of it. I I don't know if I would put my score quite as high. I would probably put it like 6.5 range.
Six and a
Um,
half popcorns out of 10.
6.5 out of 10. I agree with the action. Like the action was great. The visual, scenes and everything were fantastic. There was a lot of fighting. It almost not a kung fu movie, but it felt similar to like the style of level of action as a kung fu fight. Like there's a lot of it's Mando versus a bunch of dudes, and he wipes out a bunch of dudes. There's like many different scenes, and we start the movie with that. So from start to finish, you get a lot of that, and that was really cool. Again, obviously, it's not kung fu, just that kind of action fighting style. And the soundtrack is big for me. That was hit or miss. I know you made the
Yeah.
comment about it kind of
Yeah,
reminded you of Blade Runner very much.
just one little like
One scene.
one part of the movie where they're on this like city planet, and it had this like techno vibe type soundtrack, and it fits perfectly with
Yeah.
this like this city planet that they're on briefly in the movie. I don't know, maybe for like 20 minutes. I forget why were they there? Was that
Well, they were there because they were trying to find Rhoda the Hutt, because
oh
they caught word. Well, he went and he visited the Hutt twins, right? And then they told him Rhoda was in that system or what? Shakira or not Shakira? Shikari.
Shikari?
I
Yeah.
know. I remember I saw that and I thought of Shakira, but it was Shikari, I believe it. The Shikari system.
The hips don't lie.
Right. Hips don't lie. Huts don't lie. But
That's right, because he was imprisonment there, right?
he
And
was
he was gonna be released.
yeah.
That's right. Now it's starting
He
to
was
like
informed that he was in prison, but according to Rhoda, he wasn't. He actually liked where he was because compared to where he had been, he preferred this because his what he was explaining is that he's obviously the heir to his father, Jabba the Hutt's throne, which he doesn't want. And the twins want Rhoda dead because they want to take over
because then
that lineage.
they would inherit
They would
the heir to
the
like
throne,
the
if you want to call it that.
because is it like was he part of like some like
The
another version of
syndicate,
like, the prime like the crime syndicate of like
the Hutts.
Tatooine,
Yeah.
the Huts, all that, yeah.
So Rhoda knew, like, oh, if I go back, they're just going to kill me anyways. I prefer being here because I can at least, fight my um, enemies or whoever. And he was on contract to do one more fight. And once he finished that, then he would be free and could do whatever he wants. So he's like, I'm not going to leave now because I have one more fight tomorrow and then I'm free. We
And then
find
I'll go do my own thing and disappear
yeah, you'll
type.
never hear of
Right?
me again. He's like, the galaxy's a large place. You'll never hear of me again. But obviously, things don't really transpire to that, and there was a little bit of behind the scenes playing going on by the former Imperial officer or whatnot that
What
heads this, like, um, what do you want to call it? Like gladiatorial combat in a ring type of a thing.
it gave me a lot of vibe of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm talking about? And
Yeah,
like the people's champion was the Hulk, but that's what pretty much he
very
like
similar.
kind of like what he was, and it's kind of like, well, I enjoy where I live, and like kind of like the Hulk. It's like, well, you're kind of a prisoner, but not kind of not really because we spoil you with everything that you want.
Yeah,
Even
which
though he was in a prison, kind of a jail cell, but he's like, I'm comfy here, like I'm good.
right, which is kind of another knock on Disney a little bit because I mean, Disney made that movie, and this is
Yeah,
like very
yeah.
much so it almost is like, okay, did they kind of take this from the Thor movie a little bit? Because
I
Thor
was
Ragnarok was great. That was one of the better non-Avengers. Well, it was Avengers, but individual. Because I talking about Thor a little bit. The other Thor movies aren't that good, in my opinion. But Ragnarok was one of the best.
I mean, the first one is the first one because it's the origin story, if you want to call it that.
That one was decent. Or the second one was
Second one was terrible,
terrible,
and then the fourth one,
terrible.
awful, awful, just
Exactly.
completely awful.
But
Just,
Ragnarok was one of the best individual super or hero Avenger movies, in my opinion.
I mean, when you're trying to introduce so much like comedy,
Yeah.
that movie worked well. They tried way too hard in Thor 4
Yeah.
with like his axe being jealous that Jane is alive, and then his Mjolnir, the
Yeah.
hammer, was still like to get like, and then you had like the screaming donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck are we doing? And then you had Zeus show up with his lightning bolt, but he's like Russell
Russell
Crowe,
Crowe.
who was like gained like 200 pounds. Like I was like, what are we doing here?
Right. Well,
So,
the character
but
seemed like a completely different Thor to me from what we've
oh
seen in
yeah,
previous
he
movies.
was trying too hard to be funny,
Yeah.
like constantly.
Well, and that's
Again,
a product of the
slap.
guy who created that movie because he does a lot of that humor type
Yeah,
stuff.
Taiki
Yeah,
or
Taika Waititi.
yeah. But I mean, he did Ragnarok, and he
Yeah,
did,
Ragnarok was great too.
but
Short,
then
short.
I think he just tried to go too much
Yep.
with the next one.
Mhm.
I was just like, oh,
But yeah, so and we were kind of talking about this on the drive home a little bit, and are talking about this. We're gonna jump all over the place, so just buckle seatbelts. We're not going like necessarily start to finish. We're just
we're
talking
gonna be
about whatever pops in our head.
just as a mess as the movie was, because
Right.
that is for sure. I would say for sure this movie was somewhat messy. I think, like story wise.
I agree. Like there there wasn't much of a story really at all. There was, but not much. It seemed like it was just like this movie was really focused on action, giving like Star Wars feel. I won't go to level of saying Star Wars porn, but like it, I mean, there was that scene where you have those like there was a droid that came out. What kind of droid was it? And then there was like 5 of the ones from the Jedi Survivor, like BD droids. You know what I'm talking about? Remember the game Cal
Yeah,
Kestis's droid?
yeah. I was wondering if you noticed that, because I noticed that too.
But there was I forget what droid was leading them out, and then there was like 5 of those. It's like okay, you're just kind of putting little Easter egg type of things like Star Wars porn. The best one they did was in the gladiator fight where the monster picked up the other monster, and it was exact replica of the game that R2D2 was playing against Chewbacca on the Millennium Falcon. It was like that exact scene where the thing was picking him up, and the same monsters too. So that was pretty cool. That was one of those Leonardo DiCaprio like type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thing.
Did you catch it? You catch
Yeah,
it?
you catch that? So that was really cool. Um and I think like the other issue was kind of pacing.
Yeah,
Again, to your
yeah.
point of being messy, it was just kind of all over the place. Seemed like in many scenes, like areas where you were like, okay, this is good, keep this going, it would be done with pretty quick. And then areas that were like, okay, this is a little drawn out, it would continue to go. It's like, all right, shorten up the things that you're taking a long time on and elongate the ones that you're making pretty quick, and this would feel a little better. Like the example I used when we were talking was that same gladiatorial scene. That would have been fun to stay more time in. But it seemed like that scene was done in like 2 minutes. And then we
It,
were
it,
on to the
it,
next. It was really quick.
yeah, no, I agree. I felt that. Yeah,
And I
I.
did really enjoy the fact that in the background, they're showing the monsters also fighting each other. So to set the scene a little bit, the they were duped. So Rhoda again thinks that he has one last fight that he has to get out of, and then he's free. And then the Mandalorian gets essentially captured by this Imperial guy. Well, actually, I think it was
the, bou- the,
Embo,
bou-
the bounty
yeah,
hunter Embo,
and
who captured him and brought him.
yep.
Because the Imperial person who runs this stuff believes that if he brought a Mandalorian to fight, it would draw in a large crowd because they've heard of how great Mandalorian warriors are, and if the Mandalorian is put up against Rhoda, who just wins every battle, like it would be a good fight and it would draw in a lot of attendance. So the Mando ends up getting captured because um he wants to essentially buy out Rhoda's contract to take him home to the twins. He gets captured, and then to kind of make a long story short, they ended up getting put up against each other to fight in the ring, meaning Mando and Rhoda.
Rhoda
And
after.
Mando's like, I'm not killing you. I'm here to take you back. I'm not going to kill you. And Rhoda is like, I'm not going to fight because I need to be freed by doing this contract. So they start fighting and everything. Mando wins, but then
Yields.
yields
Yeah.
And that's his way of like, okay, the fight ends, and then the Imperial's like, oh yeah, that means Rhoda wins, and then, but surprise, surprise, there's all these monsters that he wins the opportunity to die. It's something along the lines of what he said. So now
Mm-hmm.
they released like 10 different creatures, and they're supposed to be all, well, not all of them, but many of them are ones from that same game that we talked about on the Millennium
The
Falcon,
the hologram
the hologram game.
version of like chess or something like that.
Yeah. And before the fight started, I like, as these monsters are being released, I'm thinking in the back of my head, what are they going to do with all these monsters against like two people? Like, this seems like a little overkill. But come to find out, it was more like a free for all. Like, everyone is fighting for
Everyone,
themselves.
everyone
Monsters
for
are fighting
themselves.
the same monster or the other monsters. So it's just a free for all fight. So I was happy to see that. But I wish they would have like focused in on, more on the other monsters fighting each other. Like, show Mando
Yeah.
here fighting someone, and then show one of the other monsters killing another monster, type of a thing. No, that never. They really just kind of focused on Mando and Rhoda, and then what ends up happening is that there's one that like has electricity that runs through him, and what protects all the people, the patrons and the audience, is like this
There's this
force field
ba-
thing.
barrier. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It
that
reminds me kind of like
the fence
uh
from Kenobi show go
yeah.
around.
Um, made me think of like those like like the barrier walls in Phantom Menace,
Yeah, yep,
like that red laser shielding kind of. It just like encased the arena,
yeah.
but yeah, the electrical monster or whatever, like somehow I forget if he got hit or something, and then it
Well,
just zapped.
I think he bit like Rhoda's arm or something like that, and then he chucked him. Or no, he bit the big monster, the one that throws the other one, and
Yeah,
it throws it,
yeah, that's what.
and he hits the force field, which shorts it. So then, like, the force field's broken down, and then all
And
the
then
monsters are like, "Screw this, we're getting out of here, and we're killing all the people."
fuck this, we're out.
Yeah,
And then
uh,
they're like, all of a sudden they break out into the streets, and then they're just like wreaking havoc.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and that's when.
like, we
Yeah,
don't really get to see the monsters fighting or killing each other. It just all happened really quickly, and I just wish it would have spent more time on it. And then you have scenes where there's a point where Mando gets poisoned by this huge sea monster that you see in the trailers and everything, and it's at the twins' homestead or whatnot. So they have a like a trap gate, just like Jabba did, where you fall into the Rancor. In this one, in the twins' palace, it drops into this like water area, and there's these other smaller water creatures, but then there's this huge like dragon-sized water serpent, and there, so Mando fights that thing, gets kind of bitten a little bit, which poisons him, which he passes out, and Grogu comes and kind of rescues him, kind of force heals him up, but he's still unconscious. So he's trying to protect him from the droids that are searching for them. I know, again, I'm jumping all over
and
the place here, but
the what's the bounty hunter?
Embu.
Yeah, it was also like part of the whole
Yeah,
search and
searching for
hunt.
him.
Yeah.
So Grogu builds a little mini Yoda hut out of
Oh
clay
my.
and hides him in there.
He-
And he
and he,
conks his head against it like 3 or 4 times,
because
like trying to
he
force push him in.
he didn't make it big enough to fit Mando, but he keeps trying to shove him in there with
With
the
the
Force, and also you hear clunk, 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 and it's just like, okay, 3 times is enough. No, clunk, clunk. It's
How
like,
many
okay.
people are gonna turn that into like a sexual meme type or a gif or something like that? Bang, bang, bang. It's gonna happen. Someone's gonna do it. But so Grogu's just kind of watching over him. He goes and he like steals fish from some creature nearby, and which I thought was going to be some more. They really were setting the scene like he was going to be some like almost force wielder guy, but he turns out to be like no one essentially.
Yeah, I thought that I thought that was gonna like I don't know, become something more with the story.
Yeah,
That was a waste of time.
exactly.
I don't know what was the point of that.
I
Like,
thought it was going to be like some other force wielder who was going to like
yeah,
do some kind of advice or training, like to Grogu, like a mentor, kind of like
yeah,
when Luke fell into Yoda's hands, like something like that. And just listening to the music, it was really building it up to be something like that.
yeah.
And then it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. I'm like, okay. But
The fact
like,
that Grogu had gone back there, I think, a couple times to get like food.
yep,
I mean, the only thing that really came out of that was that guy that like as soon as that bounty hunter left, and then that guy was like, "Oh, your friend's been bit by that, the snake
yeah,
monster or whatever." And he's like, "He's been poisoned." He's like, "Here, feed him this." Gives Grogu that. That's it.
yep,
Don't nothing more. Nothing. Like I was like, so we've been watching this whole scene for like the last 20 minutes
for nothing.
just for him to give like an antidote
Yep,
to Grogu. I
yep.
was like, are you
So you
fucking
mean to
kidding me?
Mando? Antidote to give
Oh,
Grogu the antidote to give to
to,
Mando. Yeah.
to give the Mando. And I was like, what? And then you never see that guy again,
No.
and he's just sitting there rocking on his chair on his porch, and it's just like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
this is lazy writing, like in my mind at least.
No, I agree with you. It just
Like
it's not building a story, which seemed like a good scene to really
explore. Yeah,
explore and pump a
yeah.
good story type of a thing. Like and that was one of the things I told you. My opinion is like, I mean, I kind of knew that it felt like this wasn't going to be a large stakes movie, but I was hoping that it would potentially lead into something like, let's push us into a direction that could develop into something. And I thought this was a place where they could have done that. They could have like what if he was some like dark, not necessarily Sith, it could have been Sith, but just a dark force wielding person, and he gives like Grogu some like a little advice cuz Grogu's sneaking in, and I had the feeling that the
He
guy
knew.
knew was there the whole time. Like he
Oh yeah.
sensed Grogu. So like that's why I'm like, okay, this is leading to something. And like I had to go to the bathroom at this time. I'm like, I don't want to leave this because I feel like something is going to happen, and it never did. And it was just like seemed like a waste of a good opportunity, and like how much time we just invested in watching Grogu go through the pond and go back and then go do it again, go him meditate and everything. So we were spending a lot of time of Grogu waiting for Mando to come out of being unconscious, and nothing happened. So
So
that's
it
just what
was
I'm saying. Like wasted a lot of time there, but we spent so little time on the gladiator fight, which could have been freaking awesome. We should have
yeah.
spent more time on that.
You were saying at that point you had to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
And
I
you
waited
held
out
up
the rest of the way.
and you waited the rest of the movie.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
man, props to you, man.
I
Props
had
to
to
you.
like. I figured the movie was coming close to a conclusion. I mean, I had to go. I
Well,
wasn't
well,
that desperate mode. I
but
wasn't
not really.
desperate.
I felt like at that point I thought too, but it went on for like another hour. The movie was actually kind of long,
How
in
long
my
was that? I
opinion.
know we got
I'm
to the
gonna look at.
car like just before 9:30, and the movie started at 6:30. I know we hung around for about
Well,
20 minutes afterwards, but it was probably a little over 2 hours. Well, I guess there's trailers and previews too, so maybe it was.
I would say if you count that and then, but let me see if I can find the runtime. 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Oh, so yeah,
It
longer
was
than
long.
that's a
I,
longer Star Wars movie then.
I mean, granted, 2 hours and 12 minutes. You could have had filler episodes and just made it a season.
I
Se-
completely
season,
agree. It should have been
season?
season 4.
Yeah.
They really could have made it a season 4.
No,
But
granted, like the budget and everything was you could tell was high quality
yeah,
like something like
visually
that.
for sure.
You wouldn't be able to see that. Like, I mean, well, I go back and forth because there's moments in Star Wars like Disney on Disney Plus. Like, there's moments. I mean, hell, I'm like watching some of like Daredevil, Born Again. I'm watching.
Mhm.
There was a new Punisher episode. You could tell the quality and like the budget is like they're not skimping.
Right. For sure.
So something like this,
They probably could have. They could have maybe pulled it off.
Yeah. Well,
But you definitely know there's movie. There definitely was movie budget money on this.
oh yeah, like I said, visually it looked great. Like
Hmm.
that's one of the like notches in the good job box I'll put. Visually it looked great. It looked like a theatrical release, because that's one thing that drives me a little crazy with the shows that we've gotten with Star Wars, specifically live action. Everything seems so condensed, and it's because they're doing it out of like studios for the most part, and
Yeah.
you can definitely feel it's being done in a studio because everything seems so tight knit and close, especially the Kenobi show. I feel like that movie seems so like tight,
So enclosed
it's
and
so
so
enclosed.
like kind of like
Like, and
yeah no yeah
Star
I
Wars,
totally
it's a large galaxy and everything. Like everything's supposed to be grand scale, in my opinion, when it comes to Star Wars, and everything felt so condensed in Obi-Wan Kenobi show, Book of Boba Fett show, sometimes in the Mandalorian. So th- feeling that large scale again in the theater, I really enjoy it. I mean, you see the city that they go to, it feels large scale. The um the planet that the huts are on, Al Hada or something like that, Al Hada.
Yeah, El Hada or something. Yeah,
That
yeah.
seemed very large. Like I loved that scale. That makes me feel Star Wars. So that's the thing I enjoyed about the movie. But just like the actual story, it was meant to be action and fun and adventurous, and that was my expectation. So I think it met my expectation. It didn't exceed. It didn't fall short. But like I told you too, my expectation was that it would be about, to me, the Solo movie, around that, and that's to me what it ended up being. So because that, I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. It was definitely entertaining. There were parts that were a little like yawning, and like I said, they stretched out a little bit too much, but overall, I did enjoy it. I'll be curious to let this marinate a little bit. Um, Watch it again once it gets released on Disney Plus, type of a thing. I just don't have the time to or money, because it's so expensive now, to go to the theater to watch it. Because I used to, when movies were cheap, like you could go on a like a
Like
$5 Thursday or something like that.
I was just gonna say I miss those days when it used to be like, because I think I told you in the past, like even during COVID, some theaters were still open,
Mm-hmm.
and I went and saw Top Gun Maverick like
Nice
several times. And one of them was like a theater that's not too far from me. The theater's a dump,
dump, but hey, you got to
but
go see the movie.
and it doesn't have reclining seats. It's like the old school,
Sure.
but it was $5 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, and I used to live
And
across
then
the street from a theater, and it was every day it was $3 to see a movie. So
uh,
it's like I loved that, because I love movies. I used to go to movies all the time. I still, the last time I went to a movie was December of 2023 to see Wonka, and the time before that was sometime in 2021 to see Black Widow, which I saw Black Widow with Rusty, and then I saw Wonka with my brother over the holiday one. And those were the last two movies I saw in theater. But I used to go all the time.
I don't know, same here. I mean, I still try to go when I can. I have a really good buddy. Every time there's like I don't know a new Marvel movie,
Yeah.
we'll go. He'll we'll check our schedule and see if we can fit it in our scheduling.
Yeah.
Because I know that's the thing too. We're getting to that age where it's like, well, it's hard, and
Hmm.
you're doing that, I'm doing this, and then it's like, okay, well, how about we go this? Well, I got this going on, so it's like it gets harder and harder as we get older. But
Well, that's the good thing about like a Star Wars movie, because my wife knows how much Star Wars means to me.
mm,
I have a podcast, so she's like, "Yep, go.
you got to do.
I'll take the kids. You go watch the movie when it gets released," type of a thing. So that's like, as soon as these went on sale, I'm like, "Yep, I'm going." And obviously, but I mean, you do the podcast with me, so we have to go together. So
Mhm.
we'll do the same thing for Starfighter when it comes out. Um, what are other things that really stand out
God,
for you about this movie?
God, no, no, I'm sorry to get hot in this
Yeah,
cloak.
you can take the cloak off.
No, I like the look though. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's old Ben.
Yeah.
I know. I opened the window next to me because, like, I was like, I know I'm going to get hot.
I know. Well, when I got home, I opened some windows. It's still not helping. I should have turned on like I have a fan over there. I didn't turn on to
Yeah.
help push the air out. But
Um,
the other thoughts of the movie. It was nice to see
Zeb.
Zeb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I mean,
I wish
the
we
one
could have
thing
got a little more of him. He's
exactly. He was like he was in it. It was like it was just kind of like shoehorned in.
yeah.
In my opinion, he was just like,
There's no
oh,
real rhyme or reason that he's in the movie outside of that he happens to be there on that rebel base type of a thing.
exactly, yeah. And then same thing with like Sigourney Weaver. Like, yeah, okay, she's like a commander or whatever, but she's kind of barely in it too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean,
They're just
I mean, it was
in it
nice
in
to
the
see.
beginning and at the end, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see them. Well, and then I mean, just at least we got to see Zeb fight. That
Yeah.
was cool. That was
Yeah.
cool. Him jumping off the walls and everything with his like spear
Staff thing. Yeah.
staff. Yeah. Oh, that was kick ass. Like it's moments like that I was like, this is cool.
Yeah. Can we see
But then
more of this?
yeah, exactly. But then there's moments you're just like I said, the guy what we were talking earlier, the guy on the damn rocking chair on his
Yeah.
porch, just like
From
20
the
minutes.
Alabama of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Over the swamps of Alabama on your little wooden little porch.
The swamp,
over the
swamp
swamp.
of Alabama. Did you ever see the Family Guy skit of I think it was Kermit the Frog that's just sitting there
yeah.
like rocking. He's like,
Yep.
"Do you know which way?" He's like, and then like, he points. He's like, back the way you came. And he's got one of those like, what do you call them? Like sticking out
Yeah,
of
like
his mouth.
straw out of his mouth.
The straw, yeah.
Yeah, that episode was actually just on the other day, so I just recently saw it. But yeah, ding 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 ding, like very much hillbilly Star Wars. This guy was fishing off his patio that's over the swamp, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
don't know, like any other thoughts that you're thinking of?
Well, I really liked seeing inside the AT-AT.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I mean visually again that scene was great. It just why do Star Wars movies make like the Empire look so stupid? Like why are we walking 3 huge AT-ATs on a mountain ledge that's like this wide? You know something's gonna happen. Like this just doesn't add up. Like what are we doing? I mean, I know he's essentially escaping, but then he escapes on a ship. It's like, why didn't you just take the ship in the first place? Why are you walking in these AT-ATs leaving? Just get in the ship and go. So it's like, these are the things. I mean, and again, this goes way back to like original trilogies are my jam. Like, they can do no wrong, even though they do a lot of wrong. But like, why are you flying the snow speeders head on against the AT-ATs? Like, just fly on the sides. Why are we getting in these huge armored transports that can barely fit on a path in a mountain when you obviously have a ship because that's how you escape? Why didn't you just take the ship in the freaking first place? So things like that is the suspension of disbelief. It takes away from that. That was just kind of, I mean, that's again like Obi-Wan Kenobi shooting the thing for the gate when you can just walk around it. Like, come on, like, let's do better storytelling. Again, obviously, storytelling wasn't the point of this movie, in my 2 cents.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I really liked Rhoda. I thought his character was cool. I know you have a problem with because he spoke basic, which I think that's fair, because it sounds like a normal human being when you have somebody that big is like.
Who's voicing him? Because I thought that voice sounded familiar, and I thought I heard someone in the crowd saying something like, "Is that who such and such?"
Do you know that hill?
Oh, Jeremy Allen White.
Who's that? Remind me.
So have you seen the show The Bear?
No.
Have you seen Shameless?
No.
Oh,
this
okay.
isn't going to go anywhere, I'm sure. And then I
Let me
want to
see.
who voiced that creature that.
Uh,
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. He voiced Rhoda.
yeah.
Okay,
I was wondering. I was like, I recognize that voice. What the heck? God.
that's interesting. Yeah, you would expect a little more grumble, slurring.
Right. It was
When
just like
it's
it was perfect.
yeah, you could easily understand what he was saying.
But they're supposed to be like slugs or whatever. It's just like I don't know.
That's fair.
And then
That's a fair argument.
even when he was talking too, it's like when you talk like even for like me, like you see my teeth,
Yeah,
how I can and how like I don't know. When he's talking, it's like I don't even know if he's got teeth.
right.
And he's speaking perfect English.
Yeah,
I would expect more of like a gurgle or like a
yeah. Like
slog.
even when you hear the twins talk, like one of them. Well,
Yeah,
I guess both of them ended up speaking English or
at some point,
basic.
but kind
The
of. But
girl usually doesn't. The guy is more like the translator and will speak basic more often. But there is
yeah,
one point where the female one does speak basic. But even when they speak, it's definitely like you can tell it's not their primary language type of a thing. And they're slurring because they're big creatures.
yeah, and they have like giant tongues and
Yeah, yeah. I think that's fair. That
that
doesn't
was
make it
my
believable. Doesn't make it believable.
yeah. That's what I think of when we were like coming out of the theater and one of the first takes. I was like, oh god, every time Rada would talk or one of the twins would talk, it's just like it just took me out of it a little bit. I was
Yeah.
just like, wait, what? Like, I don't know. I'm just too nostalgic about like Jabba the Hutt and just like rah 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 rah, like how he
Yeah.
just like had this like presence and voice, and like they didn't. And
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? But hey, I gotta say though, that was really cool to find out. Stinky Rada the Hutt.
I'm so glad we've moved beyond Stinky. Oh, anyways, go ahead.
What man? He was fucking jacked.
Oh yeah, he's freaking huge, man.
for like what's his species? Like a
Hut?
slug?
Hut?
Like
I
but
don't
like
know.
but it's like a giant slug,
Yep.
and he's got a fucking six pack, and his arms are bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
But he still has to like roll around to move. It's freaking hilarious.
well,
I think
uh,
it's kind
well,
of interesting,
that's probably his strategy of
right?
fighting and everything. Like that's his advantage, I
When
guess.
we're introduced to him, the way he ends up killing the guy he's fighting is he just like plops on top of him.
Well, he did that to Mando, and Mando survived.
Well, he's got Beskar, so
Yeah,
I mean, Grogu was pounding his head and nothing happened. So.
against the hut,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well,
Like,
and that monster thing, it was like eating his head and it wasn't doing anything.
oh yeah, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah. So the Beskar is what protected him from Rhoda doing the death. I don't know, smush, Hulk smash, but Rhoda smash on him, I guess.
Well, he's escaped so many like near death situations because he survived because of his Beskar.
Yeah.
Like I still remember that scene. Was it end of season 2 when he's fighting one of the dark droids?
Yeah.
That got out before the door shut or whatever. So
Yeah.
he is going like 1-on-1.
Yep.
And he's just sitting there just pounding
his helmet.
And it made me think of the scene of like in Terminator 2 when like
sure.
when his face is just getting pounded.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it doesn't do anything because it's just made of just pure. I mean, for him, it's made out of what's it? Beskar.
Beskar.
Yeah,
Beskar.
yeah. I was gonna say adamantium. I'm like, no, that's Marvel. That's Marvel.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Still Disney though. Still Disney.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, close enough.
it was Marvel before it was Disney, so I will say Marvel. Okay. But I will say the concept of his character I thought was pretty cool. Like having a hut that rebels against the huts. That to me is believable. And it was kind of cool seeing him kind of team up with the good guys. Not that he's like, well, actually, didn't he say? Did he say he was going to join the New Republic? Or did Mando invite him and he's okay? And then Zeb, that was I did like that line Zeba said. He's like, I might have a costume in here that fits you. Like, that was
Yes,
that
yes.
was pretty good. I chuckled at that one.
It was right at the very end when they got back to the base.
Yeah.
And then Zeb's like, I think I got
wish we just got more Zeb in there. Like
costume that could fit you.
And that was the other thing that was really kind of tough with this. Is there wasn't much dialogue for many of the scenes because I mean Grogu doesn't say anything, which I know people were. I think there was like bets out there with, will Grogu say his first like word in basic,
have a line or something like that.
Spoiler alert, doesn't say anything still, and the Mandalorian, he's a man of few words, so like you just don't get much talking, and some of the lines were kind of that whole scene when the Mando is leaving Grogu and he says Grogu like go onto the spaceship with the Babu Frick characters. Like that dialogue exchange wasn't that good in my opinion. Like,
oh no,
it felt like it was supposed to be a scene that makes you feel goosebumps. Like, oh, they're parting ways. He's trying to sacrifice himself to save Grogu, but it just like it wasn't really believable in my opinion.
Yeah,
I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, if it was supposed to like, bring emotions or of some sort, nope, I didn't feel it. I was like, yeah, see you later.
So I'll say that
uses.
Yeah, I'll say the dialogue was kind of meh, meaning like the script writing and everything. But trying to think of other things that stood out in this movie.
No post credit.
No, we stayed. No post credit. So if you're listening to us and you haven't seen the movie, don't wait around. Once the credits hit, it's done.
And if you gotta go to the bathroom,
just go to the bathroom.
Just go to the bathroom. Like there's nothing in the post credits.
This movie really didn't lead into anything.
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is such a standalone where it's just like, okay, you didn't tease anything.
No,
like something like, okay, what's next for Ahsoka? What's next for like this? Like something, nothing.
Like what was the point of it? Because we left season 3 where he's just on his homestead, like kicking his feet up, relaxing with Grogu. All is well in his world. He's done. And we kind of start, we start him on a scene, but he does get back to his homestead and he's like cooking a meal or whatnot and that's when Embu comes in and whatnot. Because that first scene where he's fighting the Imperial and the AT-ATs, he comes back to Sigourney Weaver and says like it was messy and he wants to take some time off. So taking some time off is him going with Grogu back home and kicking his feet up. And then at the end of this, we're like pretty much in the same spot where we were at the end of season 3, outside of Rhoda being freed and now the twin Hutts being dead. Other than that, nothing. Like no indication with Ahsoka, like you said. No, I don't. They could go anywhere if they do a season 4 anywhere because nothing really happened here. So that's just
you could almost pretend this movie never happened. But there are a few key things, and there's a reason why you said like, oh, I'm going to take some time off, kick my feet up after that, like first, like the beginning part of the movie. Yeah. Well, he was obligated because he got the Razor Crest back. Mm-hmm. That was sick when they introduced it. But
I'm glad he got the Razor Crest.
But out of nowhere, it's like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah.
I think did he kind of say something like that? He's like, where the hell did you get this?
Yeah, because they it was all what was the term they used? Because nothing was custom. It was all just like basic parts that they threw together. Because then he had to go in and customize everything himself.
Oh yeah. But I like the part when he starts customizing because he's thinking about his Razor Crest.
Yeah.
And they're like, and then I think was it who was it? Because he was trying to tell him, like, just rip the panel off.
Yep. Because he needed more power for like faster, flying faster.
Yeah.
So he told Zeb just to.
Yeah, that's
he's
what
like,
Zeb,
Zeb, take care of this.
just
He's like, I'm a pilot. I'm not a mechanic. Like, we needed more Zeb. Zeb is like a smartass. Like, I wanted more of that guy in this.
that was awesome. It's just like, I'm just a pilot. I don't know.
And what isn't that when you were like Porkins, or when you made some kind of, you like elbowed me and it's like, I'm a Y-wing pilot.
Oh yeah.
I think it was after he said that when he did that.
When he's like, I'm a pilot. I'm not like a mechanic, whatever. I was like, yeah, just like Porkins.
Yeah.
I fly a Y-wing, not an X-wing.
That was hilarious. So it's like, why can't we get more of that? More of Zeb in this? And I mean,
is he that much of a smartass in the cartoon?
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, it's more tame because it's a cartoon, but
right.
That's what he is. He's tough and gruff, and he doesn't take Ezra's shit that he says and whatnot. So
it's Ezra that he just okay.
Oh yeah, and Zeb and Chopper go at it from time to time. So he's just the guy that is, I don't know, causing trouble and doesn't want to listen to anyone, and is kind of a smartass. So that I want more of that. And just the fact that it has to be the same person who voiced him. It's like, take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, it had to be, because from what I've seen so far, it sounded like, from the cartoon, it sounded like him.
Yeah.
Steve Blum.
Sure, I don't know.
I'm gonna click on him and see if I can find.
If he did Rebels, Zeb,
yeah.
It has to be. It sounded just like him. And I know you haven't seen all of Clone Wars, but you do need to see the episodes with Embu. Embu.
The bounty hunter.
Yeah, and because he was pretty cool in this. He didn't say much, but he was freaking fast as shit. Like,
he was menacing, but he was a little bitch that ran off at the end.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell?
You're a little bitch. And they and the dog too. Apparently, is licking the Babu Frick character. Like, why wouldn't he just and just destroy that character?
I know. I was confused by that.
Like, what is he doing?
It was using that guy as a little
And then
toy.
Mando gets a little cookie thing and throws it, and he goes and he eats that. It's like, why wouldn't you just do that to the Babu Frick character? I don't know. These are all reasons why I put this at a 6.5. I enjoyed
6.5 popcorns.
Yeah, 6.5 popcorns out of 10. I had fun. It was a good adventure. But that's
I think maybe that's why I have it at 8.5, because I had a blast. I love doing something like this. No one ever wants to do something like this.
No, I enjoyed the whole event that we did. That was a 10 out of 10. Just the whole experience was a 10 out of 10.
The experience. So if I take that out of it, yeah, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Just give it some time to marinate it, and then watch the movie when it comes out a few times, and then you see how it makes you feel.
I'll rewatch Solo, and then I'll be like, you know what? Mando is actually really, really good.
And you might feel that way too. I will say, it is better and less messy than Rise of the Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker was super messy, so.
That whole.
But Rise of Skywalker had more stakes in it. It just didn't. It just was terrible.
It stakes, but then the execution was not
awful.
Was awful.
Here, this movie, good execution,
but the stakes.
It's like, why did we even need to watch this outside of it being a Star Wars movie?
Someone would be like, "Who cares?"
Right.
If you just say you're around a fire and you told them "Hey, there's this." A Family Guy, when the power goes out, and they tell a Star Wars story, and then all of a sudden the power goes out, and they're like, "Who cares?"
Yeah.
That story.
What about the Mando movie? Who cares? I mean, again though, it's like, but that was kind of my expectation, because who really cares about some random Mandalorian in the universe of Star Wars and the Force and the Sith and the
and,
Jedi
and the huts.
and the, so it's like, this was just an adventure movie, an action adventure movie with a Mandalorian and his sidekick Grogu. So it met expectations in that regard, from my point of view.
Hey, I'm gonna say it was really cool, and you pointed it out. I saw it right away, though. Too bad we didn't get any like action scenes with it, though. Mando's got his own parking lot going on.
He's got a
He's got
collection going.
He's got his Razor Crest, what he was modifying, but then he's got his N1 Naboo fighter next to it. I was like, oh, that's. I was wondering where. I was like, the whole time, I was like, where the hell is this?
M Starfighter.
Yeah, and then we find out it's parked
Just
up,
parked.
and this is the, what's Apollo Creed, the actor.
Oh yeah.
That's the planet, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Where he's kicking his feet up.
Yeah, and I elbowed you when he was flying in, and that's when I said the name of the. Now I'm.
Yeah. I know you like whispered it over. I didn't. I couldn't hear it.
I'm spacing on the name of the system. I knew it when I told you, but I forget it now. And he had two blurgs next to him too. Like, he had his parking lot. He had his N1 starship, custom N1 starship, starfighter, and then he had the Razor Crest now, and he had two blurgs, which are those little mounted things like that
from season 1.
From season 1.
And that's when he he turned on his like heat vision or whatever.
Yeah, to look for Embo or whatever.
That was sneaking up on him, and then all of a sudden they were like
Navarro.
Freaking out.
Navarro, that's the name of the system, right? Navarro,
okay.
Where Grief Karga, who is Carl Weathers' character.
Carl Weathers, that's why I was blanking.
See, I told you it'd come to me. It just took a second. Because Navarro, when we first see Navarro, it's like just a small little settlement. And then throughout the seasons, it's like gotten bigger and grander and nicer. And now it's a really nice location. All the city looks large and very prosperous. So he's got his little homestead.
So I like how was it season 3 or season 2 where Carl Weathers' character was like, "Oh, I got a place for you out in the distance."
Yeah, I think that was the start of season 3, and then by the end of it, he takes him up for that.
Okay.
Because at the start he says that he can be the new, like head or whatever, because that's what
like the sheriff or whatever.
Yeah, that's what what's her face, Cara Dune was, but then that whole situation happened, so she was out. So then Grief Karga was like, "You can be the new head of security, whatever, whatnot," and he kind of declines it, I think. But then he's like, "Well, I got this plot of land for you that you're welcome to have," and he ends up taking that, and that's where you find him at the end of season 3, kicking his feet up on that plot of land.
Well, Grogu's like chasing the frogs or whatever, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yep.
So I just thought that was interesting to see. But how his hut or cabin, whatever.
Yeah.
How it gets infiltrated, and because isn't that how he gets captured?
Yep. Because Embo arrives, and essentially captures him, which he like blows up his own house.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What the?
Sticks a detonator on the roof because he sees the
ceiling
heat sensor or whatever is right there, so he puts it, and then Embu falls through, but it doesn't so gracefully, and like he's got his head, which is his hat, which is a shield, down, so Mando starts shooting, and it defends him.
Yeah,
and he's so fast that he gets away and then ends up capturing him. And that's because he tells Grogu and the mechanics, which are the Babu Frick things, to leave, which the dog grabs one of the Babu Frick things.
That's when
thinking it was Grogu,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where it's like, okay, this is Star Wars. This is Disney because they're not like in real life. That thing would have just killed it. I feel
Just
like
chopped it in half
because
with
they
its
make it like it screams, but it's just like barely holding onto it in its mouth, and then it's on the spaceship licking it. So I don't know. The other thing that was kind of underwhelming, they showed those X-wing, Y-wing. That was just to like appease Star Wars fans, because not one was destroyed.
I mean, it was kind of cool when they were like working as a team and like taking out the turrets,
Yeah.
and then they were going in on that bombing run.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
It was cool.
but it was quick and done.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's it.
And like I said, not one of them died, which is, I mean, it's fine. They're just showing how, I guess, how strong, how good they are. And to their defense, they're going up against essentially droids. These seem to all be like
I thought that
refurbished battle droids from the Clone Wars.
yeah, the Trade Federation
Yeah.
droids. I thought that was kind of.
I thought that was cool. I thought
that was kind of a cool take to like bring them back.
Yeah.
There was one point that you had the black battle droid that has like the big turret.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the speeder things that you ride on.
Yep.
They had that, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool, like a little throwback nostalgia.
Well, and that makes sense because, I mean, they're essentially like, they're crime syndicates, so they work through like, the black market type of thing, which it would be droids like this that they would probably purchase and refurbish and everything for their cause. So like that's good. That makes total sense. And it was kind of cool hearing the battle droid voices in the background and everything.
there was a moment.
Did they once say Roger at all?
There was a moment. I was gonna like lean over and say like, "Did you hear that, Roger? Roger, Roger."
They had to throw it in there.
I definitely heard that. I don't know. I can't remember. It was like at some point in the movie. It wasn't towards the end, but it was like towards like when you saw their base initially or something, or
yeah,
the first time they go to the huts, and all of a sudden you hear like Roger, Roger, and I was like, like, oh, I know you guys love that.
But I will say like that gets overkilled in the Clone Wars show, like early seasons. I had no problems with it in the actual movies when they did, because it sounded more like actual droids doing it. In the cartoon show, it was more like Roger, Roger. Oh my! It's like it seemed so like dumbed up that it was dumb.
Yeah.
But in the movies, they seemed more like, okay, it's a droid. It's meant for like fighting. Roger, Roger. Blah, blah, blah. So like that made more sense. So I was okay with it in this, and again,
oh yeah,
it actually made sense. It made sense to me that the Hutts would use something like droids as defense. So,
well, I mean, they've always been about droids. I mean,
yeah,
that was part of the old bidding, or the what do you call it, when they gave Jabba the Hutt C3PO and R2D2. It's like, here's some droids, like.
Yep. And if you remember, like, there was a bunch of droids in Return of the Jedi in his palace that like managed a lot of the things, which they brought back and showed again in the Book of Boba Fett. So the Hutts clearly use droids a lot for defense or everyday things. So again, so if you recall, when we watched the trailer, we saw like the X-wing and the Y-wings, and we saw that with the ship in the background. We're like, I was like, is that like a medium transport in the distance? It looks like it is. These are X-wings, a Y-wing. We got a U-wing here that looks like a medium transport. Like, oh, cool. What kind of battle are we getting? No, it wasn't distant transport. The thing was to scale in the actual scene. It was a Babu Frick species spaceship. It was just very small.
I love that scene when they're trying, like, because when they try to like rescue Mando and he was still injured.
Yeah.
After that pit or whatever and poisoned or whatever, they're trying to go through the forest wherever they get to this ship. Like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, let's get to the ship and everything," and it's that ship.
Yeah.
Mando just looks at it, he's like,
I'm not fitting in that.
yeah, I'm not gonna fit in that.
Grogu's like,
Come on. He's like, go. He just kind of had the dramatic like, go. I'll say like
Yeah.
you guys. But
that whole
like,
scene was kind of weak in my eyes. That whole scene.
yeah. But like honestly, like, Mando probably didn't want to like honestly say like, you fucking kidding me?
Right.
I'm not gonna fit in that.
But it's like, I mean, I know Grogu is an infant for his species, but he's been around for 50 years. Like, does he actually think?
Yeah.
Does he actually think Mando can fit in that? Like, come on, that just seems stupid in my opinion. But he also thought he built a hut that, which again, going back to that hut, they clearly they were making some strong like resemblances of Yoda of Grogu to Yoda. Like he gets that cane and he's walking around with that stick cane.
That stick. Yep.
He builds that hut, which it's like
it almost looked like his
right. It looks like Yoda's hut from Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Yep.
And then Grogu meditating. Just they really were playing on strong that he's kind of like Yoda, which
little and let alone the setting where they're at.
Yeah, look
like,
very similar to Dagobah.
Like Dagobah, the kind of the swamp forest feeling. So, but yeah, sorry.
No, that's good, and that's why I really going back to that one creature, the hillbilly thing. Like, I really thought that was going to lead somewhere because of just the tie-ins and the resemblance and everything. Which when he first talked, I thought that it sounded very much like Samuel L. Jackson. But
I thought the same thing.
But then he talked more, and I'm like, no, that's not him. But
yeah, it was like,
he's like, this is strong. Can you look up who voiced him? I mean, it might be hard because I don't know what that character's name was. But I was like, man, this sounds like Samuel L. Jackson. I almost elbowed you and was like, is that Samuel? But I'm like, I'll wait it out a little more and find out. No, I'm trying to think of what else.
Did that character even have a fucking name?
It didn't mention it. I'm sure there's something credited because he had some lines, but I wonder if I can look it up.
Because I'm trying to look right now. And
I kind of want to look. This is what I'm going to type. Hillbilly fisherman. Hillbilly fisherman. Alien creature on Mandalorian and Grogu. What comes up? Doesn't say anything. I thought that would do something. Okay. Oh, here's an image of him, though. Oh, it says unknown alien character. The only creature that has appeared in the Mandalorian Grogu marketing material that seemingly does not belong to any established species in the Star Wars universe is the alien that popped up in the most recent trailer and muttered a couple lines to Grogu. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I'm sure he's credited somewhere. Oh well, not that important.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything. I'm trying to like look up hillbilly. I'm trying to cast the Mandalorian. No.
I also thought the scene with the big serpent creature was pretty cool, but that was also short-lived. And it was funny seeing the huts fall in there and then get gobbled up by that thing.
And then you see like
bulge.
you could see the bulge in as he's like digest like a snake would.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, Embu was like, I'm out of here. Fuck you. But like, how did the Mandalorian get out of that? Like, plot armor? Plot Beskar armor? Like, he seemed to get out of that pretty easily.
I'm trying. He got eaten.
No, Mando didn't get eaten,
Oh,
but he ended up in the mouth of the creature. Like that.
well, I think he was trying to bite down and
Yeah, but
biting on his
why wouldn't
armor.
it just try and swallow him? That's what I didn't understand. Like it's it swallowed the Hutts, but it didn't swallow him, and he's
Yeah.
smaller.
And then on top of that, like that kind of like serpent snake, like, do you chew your food or you just swallow it? Like,
You
just
swallow it.
for a creature like that, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you just swallow it.
Yeah,
So why was he sitting there trying to like
chomp it.
kept chomping at him? I mean, I guess that's right? Isn't that where you get his tooth like cut his
Yeah.
side?
Because it was like it had its mouth like all the way down like to its torso, but most of the teeth were hitting the Beskar, but then one kind of sliced, and then that's where he got poisoned.
Yeah, okay, but it's like, yeah, why didn't you just like gulp?
Yeah, that's another thing that that reminded me of this. That kind of is a pet peeve when you have like characters kind of explaining the plot. Like you shouldn't need, because in that scene, that's when the male twin Hutt told, was it Grogu, where he's like, oh, he might, or no, he told the Mandalorian, you might win this, but that poison will eventually get you. It's like,
Oh,
you don't need to explain the plot or explain the thing. Just let it happen, and then when he gets out, then like indicate that he's been poisoned. Don't have like the characters actually tell you what's going on. Does that make sense?
yeah, no, yeah.
It's a pet peeve of mine when characters explain the plot.
And someone's like, "We're not dumb,
Right.
We've been watching this,
Right. We're not dumb, and two,
Hey,
just write a story well enough where we don't have to be told what's happening, that we can just understand it by watching it.
But maybe it's been such a norm. I don't know if you've seen like videos where it's like, um, people just sitting there like on their phone, like the show might be on, but then like, say like me and say I had like a girlfriend and we're watching whatever,
Yeah.
and she's sitting there on her phone the whole time, and then she goes up, she's like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "Well, haven't you not been watching this whole time?" So,
Right.
so that's why they gotta like explain it. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like, remember in Last Jedi when Snoke is explaining everything, even though he's wrong, but he's like, you lift a saber and he ignites. It's like,
You're like, oh, God.
just let it play out. Just let it play out. Don't tell us anything. Like that, it just kind of annoys me when you have to be told what's happening, and instead of just like understanding what's happening. To me, it's like, well, then you're not writing it well enough. And again, I'm not saying this. I'm just gonna still put this under the bucket of like Kathleen Kennedy Disney and her having more control over it. And now that she's gone, future projects might have better outcomes. Again, it was hey, 6.5 out of 10 is above 500. So it's above average. It's above average. Yeah. It's okay. It's not great.
Hey,
it's all right. It's all right.
You're batting above 500. That's pretty good.
Well, yeah, in baseball terms, that's really good. What else do it? He gets his gun back.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, I would have liked to see more out of it.
I wanted to see him. I wanted to see more of him shooting like organics and then just disappearing.
Yeah, that's what I loved when it would shoot it and just.
And it made that noise, like that menacing, like phantom type sound. Like that was cool. Yeah. But we didn't really, because he's either shooting droids with it, or a big droid. Pretty much all droids.
Yeah, just droids. Yeah. Granted, it was doing damage. It was doing damage.
I wish he would have at least shot one of the Hutts, and then and one of them just disappearing. Like That would have been satisfying, seeing a big fat ass Hutt just disappearing from that big gun. And I thought that was what was going to happen, but Rhoda
Yeah,
interfered.
but yeah, I feel like going back and watching, was it season 2 when he runs into I keep forgetting his name, but they take on that like that big snake or
Oh,
worm,
the crate dragon.
the crate dragon,
He
yeah.
meets Cobb Vanth, and they take on it.
Cobb Vanth, that's what I'm
It's
thinking.
episode 1 of season 2.
And like when they fly, and then he's sitting there trying to like shoot his rounds of that rifle,
Yeah,
and it doesn't, just doink,
Yep.
doink. Like I really, I thought that might be one of my favorite episodes of Mandalorian.
Oh, that was great. That season 2 was peak Mandalorian, man. That was
for
such a
sure.
great show.
Yeah. What else? I mean, yeah. So he gets his rifle back.
Yeah, and I think
That chase scene was a little too much. Like I was like, what the fuck?
in the city.
Yeah, Grogu jumps into like the old pod, like his little pod thing that he used to have,
Yeah.
and then Mando's flying in his jetpack, and then that's also a question I gotta ask for like Mandalorians. Like, what do you have? Unlimited jetpack ammo or fuel?
Not
That you
not according to the Shadows of the Empire game on N64, if you remember that. You could only use it for a certain amount. But yeah, I know.
I'm referencing Battlefront.
Yeah.
When you'd play as Boba Fett, you'd like fly up and you're shooting, all of a sudden like you can see the meter like
Going down, yeah.
and you're like, I was like, well, that was quick.
Yeah.
And then if you don't try to land yourself perfectly, all of a sudden you just free fall and you hit and then you lose health, and you're like, what the? Sometimes in these movies or the shows, movies, it's just like, what do you have? Unlimited fuel? Like how? Where does it come from?
No, that's a good point, because that was another scene where I feel like the pacing did not make sense, because
Oh no, not at all. Yeah,
because so those creatures that were in the like
The
gladiatoria fight,
the
like
battle
the
arena.
big guy, he's there, he's at the stadium, and he's like preventing them to, meaning Grogu and Rhoda, getting a vehicle and everything. And then they fly for a while away, and then all of a sudden he's there again. It's like, how the hell did he just get that far ahead? Like, how are they encountering these creatures again when they flew away from this stadium? So like that really didn't make sense to me. And then Mando end up ahead of Rhoda.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, some of it didn't make sense. Yeah, no, like you said, the pacing and it making any sense in that part of the movie was just like, huh?
Yeah. And I just going back to the beginning scene, like I know, because you didn't really like that. Did you say you didn't really like that scene?
What, in the beginning?
Yeah, the beginning with the AT-ATs and everything, and
Well, it didn't make any sense because there, whatever I forget what like exactly happened, but Mando gets on one of those like
the AT-ATs.
But it's not like an AT-AT, but it's like
a next version of it, type of a thing.
It's like a smaller version, like a one man.
Oh, like the AT-ST.
Yeah, but it's like a one man.
Oh yeah, and he's going down the cliff.
And he's like, Grogu, hop on, and then he hops on his back.
Zero chance that thing wouldn't crash doing that.
And he goes over the cliff, or like the AT-ATs are like, you could see, because what's his face that he's trying to capture, like you said, why didn't you just fly off
from the get-go?
Why did you go down to the AT-AT? And then later on you try to fly off, like what? Okay, that makes sense. And then of course they're like on the side of the cliff, but then he looks down over the side of the cliff, like, because they're way up, and then he just jumps off.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the thing is just like running super fast. I was like,
Don't think that how that works because that was like a straight drop, like
Right.
down the
Those
down.
knee joints on that thing would be busted in a hurry.
No
But he's
kidding.
like literally like almost skiing with it, and it's like I
Well,
don't think
I
that
mean,
thing
kind
was
of, but
built
but
for
it
that.
but it was but it was still
It was still running.
but it was still running. I was
Yeah.
just like, I was like, what is this? Like, am I watching Iron Giant? Like, I was like, what? This thing's just, and then all of a sudden, when he lands, then he's in front of the AT-ATs, and then he comes at them,
And they
and
can't
he's like,
shoot worth shit. They can't hit him.
it's like what is stormtroopers in charge here? Like,
Yeah, no kidding. It's like
they couldn't hit him.
if you told me, is it more likely these things would shoot them or step on them? You would probably say more likely they would shoot him. But what happens is he ends up getting stepped. I mean, the machine gets stepped on. But it's like, okay, you can maneuver the guns, but you couldn't maneuver a, you know,
Yeah, no, yeah,
it doesn't make sense to me. It's like,
it wasn't believable. I guess like
yeah.
the grand scheme of thing. I was just like,
But what
what?
I was interested in that scene, outside of seeing, I mean, AT-ATs are cool to watch, so that's pretty cool, was just the whole Empire side of it. Okay, the Death Star has been blown. The Galactic Empire is kind of in shambles, and it's got like pockets. Like, and they started out with this, like showing an Imperial leader kind of like manipulating the local townspeople through intimidation, because like they're at that council table, and the one guy like questions the leadership, and he ends up just shooting him. I'm like, okay, all right, this is kind of cool. We're showing the depths of what the Empire will do, that how vicious they are, and they get infiltrated, and the Imperial leader's like tossing out little handguns to them, and he's like, all right, defend, and he flees. I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting, but then it just never goes anywhere.
I know you thought that was part of like.
I'm like, okay, this
Is,
could lead to something bigger.
is this where the stakes are?
Yeah, is
Like,
this where we're gonna implement like large steaks? And every time I say it, I think of the actual food, like steak. No, but like it just never developed into anything from that. It, that scene also was kind of pointless,
mm-hmm.
because it just turns into an adventure of Mandalorian and Grogu rescuing a hut. Like, it's more Mando against the Hutts in this movie, but it was still fun.
Because I can't remember. Did he end up killing him?
Yeah, he shot down his ship, and his ship flew into the side of the mountain.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which again, if you would have just gotten on your ship from the get-go and fled, you would have still been alive, dude. You'd still been alive. The Imperial Underlord was kind of cool concept too. He was the one kind of heading the whole gladiatorial fight. He seemed all too willing to follow by whatever the Mandalorian said, though, because remember, he goes and he shoots up his kind of restaurant where, like, that was kind of a cool scene. I like that. Like, he said, "We'll just come on back." Like nothing ever happened. His whole crew is like kind of beat up, and he's like, "Oh, just come on back." That was kind of funny in my opinion. And he's like offering him salt because salt is so rare on this planet. Like, okay, I understand that maybe on the system salt isn't that big, but like in the sequel trilogy, there's a planet that is like all salt crate, where their base is with the red stuff under the salt.
Yeah. Yep.
And like, I would think you would be able to reach planets like this that have abundance of salt. So why are you making such a big deal of how much salt is worth? That was kind of just weird. But
no, I totally agree. I thought I was like, okay.
But that whole concept of him kind of like being kind of almost like Godfather-esque, that was pretty cool. I love that, and I wish they would explore that more. But he gets captured, and then he gets into the speeder, and he's like flying in the speeder with Zeb and Mandalorian, and he's just like sitting in the passenger seat while all this like shit, and Grogu's not listening. It was a little like, okay, I don't think this guy would actually be like tolerating this in this regard, but he just got, I feel like he was captured all too willingly, and apparently he reveals information to them because that's what Sigourney Weaver's character, that's the only reason why they came and rescued, because originally they couldn't do anything because it was not in their jurisdiction. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it was something
The
like
planet
that.
wasn't
Yeah.
in the jurisdiction of the New Republic, so he wouldn't get support. Oh, Mando, you're not going to get support because it's not in their jurisdiction. Coming on the movie, they get support. It's like it was all too convenient. But I don't know. I know some of the things have been like me being critical of it. I did enjoy it. I did have a fun time. It was entertaining. A lot of action. It's always fun seeing Mandalorian kick some ass against like. Oh, I wish there was more stormtroopers. We got it at the beginning, but then they're like, I want to see him just kick the ass out of a bunch of stormtroopers. But
Did we? Was there ever? God, trying to remember if there ever was a hallway scene. I mean,
so he was inside the AT-AT.
if you count the AT-AT, yeah.
It kind of was, because it was narrow corners, and he was like shooting them, and that was
Yeah.
a cool scene. But
the nostalgia of Star Wars. There's got to be a hallway scene.
yeah,
And that's why I was wondering if there was. That's what I was trying to remember. That's the closest thing
that's
I
the
could think.
closest thing.
It was the AT-AT scene, which is like, you can really count that as a hallway or just a big box.
Yeah,
that,
close quarters type thing.
Yeah. But
it was fun to see him destroy all those stormtroopers, though.
Well, and kick his ass. You know, the one thing I was disappointed, we didn't get to see the whistling beetles or whatever
out of his hand,
out of his wrists, where he did pew 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 pew, and then they all like fly around. I was waiting for that moment.
Yeah,
and we never got it.
He needs to reload. I guess he doesn't have any. Needs more.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did. So we were talking about the Porkins relation to I'm a Y-wing. It wasn't the Zeb scene. It was the AT-AT driver. Because remember when he's fighting them, the Imperial officer guy who's in the cockpit, he says, "You guys need to get up and get on the top," and the pilot's like, "But we're pilots." It's the AT-AT driver. Do you remember that?
So in the beginning of the movie, or like on the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
Because
the Imperial officer, because when Mandalorian was tacking the second one, the middle one.
Oh, okay.
The officer is like, "You need to get up and like protect them, fight Mandalorian, get on top, get on the roof." And the pilot's like, "But we're pilots."
and now it's starting to ring a bell. Yeah, I kind of remember that part where he's just like, we're pilots. Like, we don't know how to fight. We're pilots.
We're pilots. We drive this. Thanks for your opinion here, Derpy. So he says, honestly, this movie is getting much hate for like 10-15 minutes of slow part with Grogu. I enjoyed this movie very much. The pre-hate for this movie is very stupid, and critics are absolutely wrong. Thank you for your opinion. That's great. I totally understand it. I know there's been a lot of people who I don't know if I would say they were purposely trying to bring this movie, but I think a lot of people had like hesitations for this movie. And I think it's fair for people to have hesitations. I don't think people should try and steer away from having pre-expectations going in the movie, even though, I mean, let's be honest, it's really hard to not have any expectations. I think we've talked about before that like trailers exist to kind of implement an expectation to people before going into a movie, to try to bring you hype and everything, which is good. But there are going to be people that kind of take it the other way too, and I mean, it's all fine. I don't think there's a right or wrong. Some people will enjoy movies, some people won't. We can be fans whether one side or the other, totally fine. I totally understand though. If you feel like there was a lot of hate going into this movie, and as we've said throughout this podcast, we enjoyed the movie. We had a fun time. We thought the movie was good. We enjoyed the actions. There was some moments that we have our criticisms on, but I mean, most movies we go to, we're going to enjoy certain. I mean, I've said many times, I'm an original trilogy fan. Like, I love the original trilogy. Like, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie, but at the same time, that movie isn't void of like criticisms at certain points. Again,
No,
why are snow speeders flying headfirst into AT-ATs? Like,
no.
fly from the sides. But that's
It's
just
it's a perfect movie.
yeah. It's no.
No,
It's a perfect,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
well,
I'm
in my
kidding.
eyes, it almost. I mean, in many ways, it is a perfect movie.
But no, like you said, little criticisms like that. Like, why are you going face first and doing AT-AT when
That to me is part of the fun of Star Wars, though. Like, why are you like when you're bringing your whole fleet to attack the Death Star? Why are you bringing it in front of its primary weapon? Go to the other side. Like, that's part, in my opinion, that's part of the fun of Star Wars. Is like kind of critiquing of it. Like, that doesn't take away like the enjoyment and the passion of Star Wars. It's fun talking about the movie and having conversations and kind of not really debating, but kind of sparring with people about it. And in the response, maybe they're just miserable people. And yeah, that is true too. There are just miserable people out there that want to complain for the sake of complaining.
There are just negative Karens out there.
There are.
If you want to call them that. I don't know. What's a male version? Negative Kent? I don't know. Like
Ken, I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Karens, they just want to Debbie Downer on everything, and it's
Sure,
just like
there are certainly people like that.
Just don't listen to those people. Like, make your own judgment, make your own call.
If there's things you enjoy from a movie, like, grab onto those. Like, again, this is movies are for entertainment. What Bogey and I have said, we were entertained by this movie. It was entertainment for sure. There's just the concept of disbelief and realism that we have like certain questions on, but
are you not entertained?
Yeah. So I there's never a Star Wars movie that's going to come out that I'm going to be like, oh, don't go see this, never go see it, blah blah. Like, no,
give it
a chance. You got to give everything a chance. If you don't like it, fine.
Give it a chance.
If you don't like it. That was I mean, the closest thing to me is Acolyte. That's where it's like, like this, good try, but it is what it is. This movie was celebration of man. Absolutely, I 100% agree with it. This was a celebration of the Mandalorian show because that show was a success, and it did kind of help Star Wars stay alive in terms of going through COVID. And wasn't this the first show? This was like the Cinderella show for the Disney Plus platform. Wasn't this like how Disney Plus was introduced? Was with this show? I mean, it had other things with it, but this was what it was premiering with.
I mean, outside of like things like Marvel. I don't know when.
Well, those shows, like a lot of those shows, came after the Mandalorian. I'm pretty sure Mandalorian's like Cinderella, or not Mandalorian, Disney's Cinderella.
I'm pretty
sure was the Mandalorian.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
That's how they were kind of selling subscriptions. Is like, oh, Star Wars show, this first Star Wars show ever, but you got to get Disney Plus. So,
yeah.
But yeah, this was a celebration of Mandalorian, and if you want some kick-ass scenes of Mandalorian taking out some things, this has got plenty of that. Like, he is Chuck Norris-esque, R.I.P. in the Star Wars galaxy, kicking some stormtrooper or droid or whatever ass for sure.
What do you think of his fight with the other bounty hunter guy?
Embo?
Yeah, I thought that was kick ass.
It was kick ass, and I think they did a good job in terms of skill level, like who would beat who.
And it was pretty much a draw.
Pretty much was a draw.
I just liked how he like packed up those blades.
Oh yeah.
and then he whipped them out. Because at first I was like, "Where are the blades? He hasn't used them yet." And then all of a sudden, Embo has his like I don't even want to call what do you even call it? His blades,
Like size type of a thing.
yeah, size like miniature size.
Yeah.
And then he brings out his miniature like swords,
Yeah.
and they go at it. I was like, "Oh, this is fucking cool."
Yeah. No, I love his character. That those were great scenes. And I am glad I am glad they didn't kill him off, because especially after the end of this movie, because it's almost as if killing him just wouldn't feel right in this. I would want more. If they killed him, I'm like, oh, they just killed off a pretty badass character from the Clone Wars pretty easily. Okay, Derpy, the opening of the movie with the small walker, I turned to my father and said, merchandising, merchandising. If you know, you know. Merchandise.
Oh, we gotta break down Spaceballs.
The Schwartz is strong with this one. And Derpy, we're going to do one on that movie, and then the sequel's coming out too. So, oh, that's right. So we have another movie. We can dress up for that one too, right? That's kind of Star Wars.
Well, yeah. I mean,
isn't that literally called the second one? Isn't it literally called Spaceballs? The second one?
I think you're right.
Mel Brooks, man.
And he's still alive, right?
Yeah. And he's acting in it. He's credited in it.
Spaceballs, the new one.
The new one. Okay, the new one.
That's what it's the new one. Yeah. Mel Brooks reprises his role as the president.
God bless that man.
Oh,
I
God,
see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
I like yeah, Mel Brooks is coming back. Rick Moranis is Dark Helmet.
Okay.
The guy that plays Princess Vespa, she's back.
Okay. Obviously Barf isn't back, but maybe they can find someone to.
Oh, so Bill Pullman, Lone Star.
Yeah.
And his son, which I think you would I think you know who it is, Lewis Pullman. Have you seen Top Gun Maverick?
No.
Oh, dude.
I know. That's the one movie when people ask me if I say no, and I feel ashamed. I literally feel ashamed that I haven't seen that movie.
You should.
Yeah, I should. I agree.
I saw that like several times in the theater.
Well, remember we were at the bonfire the other day, and I mentioned that, and then Peterson actually saw it was on TV, so he changed to it. But it's like halfway through the movie, I'm like, I can't watch it now.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't seen it either.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it either, so I'm not the only one.
The only one was like Novak and I are the only ones.
Yeah,
that have seen it. Like, but whatever. But his son Lewis Pullman. So Bill Pullman, Lone Star.
Yeah.
His son Lewis Pullman is also looks like to be in the cast.
Okay.
His name is Lone Star. Lewis Pullman, his son, is Starburst. Starburst. The candy.
The candy. Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, taste the rainbow.
No, that's Skittles. Dang, that's Skittles.
Oh yeah, but still, like, yeah.
So Derpy says, Spaceballs the cereal box, Spaceballs the T-shirt, Spaceballs the flamethrower.
The flamethrower. That's right.
It's actually story by Josh Gad. Who's Josh Gad?
What is for what?
It says it's actually story by Josh Gad.
Oh yeah, the comedic guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you just look him up?
I am now, but then you said
I was gonna say like.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy.
Yeah, he does Pixels.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm trying to remember the movie he was like I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's in other comedy stuff, but
yeah, Spaceballs the new one. Oh my gosh.
The new one.
I am so excited for this. It's just
but it's not. But it looks like it's not till next year.
I think it's next year.
Yeah, it says 2027, but that's all it says.
So we got 2 to dress up for next year.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau said, "Let's bring back the only merchandising from Rise of Skywalker and put them with Grogu." Merchandise.
I just that logo too. Spaceballs. The new.
That's so great. That's so great.
Oh
So,
man,
Derpy, did you see the movie? Did you see it tonight? Just let us know. And if you did, what were we gonna say?
Oh, I was like, that's not the new subscriber that you met at the theater.
Yeah, I did meet someone from that was a funny story. I'm in the bathroom going before the movie started. This is just I guess a common thing me, but before and after, questioning if I have to go in the middle of the movie. But so I'm going to the bathroom and then washing my hands, and then another gentleman. So I'm in the far left sink, and there's 3 sinks, so left, middle, and then right. I'm in the far left, and he's on the far right, and he's putting his hand underneath, and the thing is not working. He's like, the force is not strong with this one. And like he's just in regular attire, so I have like I don't know if he's like making fun of me for like, wearing what I'm wearing in the bathroom. He's maybe seeing Devil Wears Prada 2 or something like that. Here he is going in the bathroom next to some guy dressed up in a Jedi costume. And so he's like, yeah, the force is not strong with this one. And I'm like, isn't that the way it goes? I don't know why I said that, but it's just what came to my head. And then we started talking a little bit. Apparently he's a big Star Wars fan. He did go to see the Star Wars movie, and he was talking to me about how he's trying to collect all of his favorite lightsaber hilts and whatnot. And I'm like, hey, me and my buddy are here watching the movie. We have a podcast and YouTube channel, and we're giving away a lightsaber at 500 subscribers. So subscribe, and you have an opportunity. And when we got out of the bathroom, he was like, "Oh, what was the name of your channel again?" So I told him, and he had it typed in his like notes of his phone. So we'll probably gain 1 subscriber, not necessarily for listening to us, but for the potential to win a lightsaber in a drawing. So
if you're listening,
and you're not a subscriber, subscribe now. Just do it.
Do it. Otherwise, he's gonna win. Merchandise. This guy's gonna win the. He's gonna win the lightsaber.
We have 194 subscribers. We are 6 away from us giving something away for free. Star Wars merchandise. That's at 500 with the other saber though. Not
you're gonna miss out on this.
The plastic one that he's gonna autograph, serial 1 of 1. That's coming with the actual Theory Saber lightsaber. It might come with, depending on. He almost broke it today, so
yeah. So if
it survives, it'll be getting rid of. So Derpy says, I saw it, yes, at drive-in. Oh, that's cool. Actually, small crowd on Thursday, small food line. So W got me pizza and chili cheese. Oh, pizza and chili cheese. That's how you do a drive-in theater right there. I have never been to a drive-in theater.
What?
And I know there's that large one, or is it still there off of 94 coming
Valley High, I think it's called.
Is that still there?
Yeah. It reopened after COVID.
I wonder if they'll show Star Wars.
Or at least the last I checked. But
okay.
You've never been to a drive-in?
I've never been to a drive-in. I never had girlfriends growing up, so I never had anyone to bring to a drive-in.
Well, I mean, I've gone with my family since I was a kid.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been to a drive-in.
I just remember the first experience though. Like I learned or at least I learned not to do this anymore. It's like when you first show up, it's pretty much like first come first serve, where you want to park and everything. Sure. Do not park like close to the concessions because that's also where the bathrooms are.
Oh.
just smells like ass. and usually like drive-ins have 3 movies.
Sure.
So you're just sitting outside. You're, oh God, what's that smell?
Can you arrive at any time?
No, the gates open, but people start like, let's say.
But do they close the gate? Like if, because
Uh,
there are 3 movies, and a lot of times the first one is like, meh. Like I having kids and
No,
everything, I don't think I could go for 3 movies.
well, that's the thing. Hopefully, the first movie or 2 is the one that you want
Oh, okay.
to see. Um,
So like if Grogu
um,
if Mandalorian Grogu hits the drive-in, could we
I
go
bet that
just to specifically see that?
I bet that would be I bet that would be like the second movie,
The second movie?
and the first one, let's say, is I
Devil
don't know,
Wears
usually,
Prada 2.
yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
just we're gonna continue riding with that one.
You really want to see it, so we
No,
better go.
I just I'm in a group text with my hometown friends, and I mentioned in that I was actually going to see a movie for the first time in like years, and my buddy, oh well, I can say it was Greg, so who used to be on
Oh
here.
yeah,
He
great.
was like, oh, let me guess, you're seeing Devil Wears Prada 2. Obviously, he knew. I'm sure he knew what movie I was going to say.
Yeah,
Right?
just get
Devil Wears
just
Prada 2. Oh no, he was like, oh, the wife is letting you get out so you can watch Devil Wears Prada 2. I'm like, yep, that's it.
yep, that's the movie.
That's
Yep.
the one. That's
But no,
funny.
usually what you want to do though is like show up early, because like, yeah, otherwise you're gonna be in the like the way, like if you showed, let's say they showed up for like the second movie, you're still paying the same price.
Yeah.
So it's like you might as well just show up for the whole thing and then leave when you want. But then if you show up, let's say, for the second movie, you'd be parking
In the
way
way
in the
back.
back, and like, I don't know how to even describe. You want to be somewhat close.
That's fair. All right, so
Because it's not the projector and everything. It's not that big.
it's probably not the best quality either because you're outdoors and
Well, yeah. So
you're going
I
more for
mean,
the experience but hey, you could like we could step outside of the car and like have a lightsaber fight in the middle of the night type thing. That'd be freaking sweet. So
but what?
Derpy. Oh, go ahead. Continue.
I was gonna say, like, what a lot of people do, or what I've done in the past, because I've gone with like my family. Like, um, what was the last time? It was probably like right before COVID.
Okay.
Um, and I think that place is still like open, called Valley. I think it's called Valley High.
I just
Um,
remember because my family lives in Wisconsin and driving back on Sundays sometimes, and I would get in like right as the sun's going down, and you'd see a long line of cars just
mhm.
waiting outside that
Yeah,
drive-in.
and that's the thing. Like, you want to get there. Like, let's say the gates, like the first showing, let's say, is 7 o'clock, or something like that, or 6:30. Usually it's like right when like dusk
Okay.
is, because you can't really see shit
So it
if
makes
the
sense that the second movie would be like the premiere movie that you're trying to see.
yeah, like the second movie let's say starts at like 9
Yeah.
or 9:30. But I mean, it keeps going, because like the third movie probably starts at like midnight.
Yeah. That's when you
And
get your really dedicated fans
yeah.
to watch.
Uh,
I don't know what's a not so good movie.
like right now,
Sure,
I,
all of them outside since movies just haven't been as good ever.
Devil
Where's
Wears
Prada
Prada.
2? No, that's a great movie that I haven't seen yet. Just kidding. So Derpy says, just remember, folks, if you're having bad, it could be worse. You could be PlayStation gamer who mostly plays sports games and cool and worried about your KD and winning percentage while gas is $5. Hasn't hit $5 here yet, and I think that what it was like up
It-
4.59, but now it's starting to go back down again. So
yeah, I would say it was Fortnite at one point, because I kept going up every time I was filling up. I was like, God, now it's like 3.50. Oh, now it's $4. Now it's 4.50. I was like, what the?
Which here's
What's
a plug that I brought up to you. Get Upside, people. If you're listening, get Upside. You get cash back. They don't even sponsor us. We're not a sponsor. I'm just saying. Get Upside. Download it. Bogey. Use my name as a recommendation. I get more money back. But no, you get money back for the transactions you do. Look into it. Upside. Download it. Maybe it's just Minnesota because I've noticed that Wisconsin doesn't really have gas stations that are part of Upside. So I don't know, Derby, where you live. Maybe it doesn't have it. Maybe it does. Who knows? And then he says Pizza the Hut. Oh, it might Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut.
I dead ass said that to my father when I saw the huts involved. Sorry, what did you say to your father about the huts involved? I don't remember what we were talking about. And got me a root beer float too. Ooh. Okay. I love me a good root beer float. So that makes me think of cream sodas. So I drink a lot of Diet Dew. And they recently came out with the Mountain Dew cream soda thing. Not good. That and the Diet, don't waste your time on it. It's not good. Root beer float. If you're gonna go cream soda, you got to go root beer float or
What's your root beer?
Ooh.
For that root beer float, what's your root beer?
That's tough because I don't like Mug, but Mug is already a frothy root beer, so it kind of already a float. A&W is the way to go. I feel like Barks has good root. If you want,
I was gonna say, what about Barks?
If you want just a straight up root beer, Barks is good.
Mm-hmm.
A&W is good. I don't like Mug straight up.
How about some old classic 1919?
I love 1919. The big cans.
Where you can get at the store, you can get the little miniature kegs.
Oh yeah. Or if you get the 12-pack of cans or the really tall cans.
Yeah.
Dude, that's okay. I'm gonna use that. 1919 is the best way to have a root beer float because that is good root beer. It's kind of costly, but it's good. It's good root beer.
I like when I used to work at Cub Foods during college. They would do these stupid promotions for 1919, we're running out of it. The year of 1919 beer, root beer is running out. We're gonna be going to 1920. get it while it lasts. And I was like, what a stupid promotion.
So Derby said Pizza the Hut is from Spaceballs as well. I said that to my father when I first saw the Huts involved in this movie. Okay. I'm tracking what you're saying.
Okay.
Pizza the Hut. So I'm assuming you're gonna go watch the Spaceballs, the new one movie when it comes out. Also,
keep an eye out for when we break down Spaceballs.
Yeah, we'll break it down.
Or not Spaceballs. What the first? Well,
the new one.
The new one.
The new one.
Yeah.
So I see Derpy. I see your name is Derpy 501st. Are you part of the 501st? I know it's kind of a bucket list item for me. I would love to join the 501st. That was what I was talking to that scout trooper about. He was part of the 501st, and I would love to join. I just don't know if I have the money to do it. Easiest 100 to 200K cash grab for Sigourney Weaver ever made for maybe 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. She literally had probably 10 minutes of screen time max.
Yeah. They brought essentially one of the pinnacle badass girls in sci-fi movies and put her in this, definitely to draw some attention to it. And she Sigourney Weaver's amazing, and I love that. Yeah, I love that she was in this movie. Would have enjoyed seeing more of her in badass moments, but we did get some of her shooting down some bad guy starships, so that wanted more, but it was good.
It's the same thing with what's her face? Is it Carrie Fisher? No,
Carrie Fisher was Princess
Leia. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of Acolytes. She was in Matrix.
Oh yeah. Trinity from Matrix.
Yeah, she was
barely in that.
I was like, oh, this might be good, and then she dies in the first 15 10, 15 minutes of the show.
Yeah,
I was
but she
like,
came back. Because they did
well,
She
what
came back.
flashbacks?
Kind
Like,
of. It's kind of a flashback or more of a rewind, I will say. But
but I was gonna say she probably only spent on set like, I'm here. Let's get this over with. And they filmed everything that she needed to be in for like one day, and then she's like, "All right, I'm out.
which
Deuces."
is unfortunate because I feel like when they invest the money in actors like that and they actually like use them throughout the show, I'm looking at you, Andor. There's huge success from that. Like Andor was greatly reviewed or received through Star Wars and non-Star Wars fans alike. I mean that show won awards, and I mean look at the actors that were in that. Why can't we get these actors and actresses and use them for significant time? Make them a focal point. I mean Andy Serkis was in that. What's his name?
The Skarsgård guy.
Skarsgård, yeah,
He was phenomenal.
phenomenal. I mean,
And then we talked about his assistant.
yeah, she was
Please,
fantastic.
please get her a job.
Well,
like,
didn't you say that she was already getting some more jobs or something like that? At least gaining interest for roles, I feel like.
Yeah, I think I was hearing rumors of like her gaining interest like from other
Productions and stuff like that.
like different projects and whatnot. God,
She was phenomenal.
She fucking killed it, and just the scene when she has to go in and infiltrate and kill and eventually kill Luthen, like was literally her father figure, like all that, like her
poetry, man. That was so.
Oh,
good.
God, now you're giving me goosebumps.
I know. Now I want to go watch Andor.
No, and Andor was so good. Like season 1, season 2, leading into Rogue One. There's multiple times like on YouTube I'll look up like just that ending scene.
Yeah.
Of Andor when he like all the troops are training and they're all running. He's walking up the other way.
Yeah.
Up to his ship, and then he sees like that, like I don't know, like force wielding medic or whatever.
Yeah.
And like just kind of gives her a look.
Yeah.
And then she just looks at him and just gives him like the nod. And then he like hops on his ship on his what do you call it? The U-wing? Is that what you call it? Or
is that what he got? Yeah, U-wing. Yep.
And right away, K2SO's in there. I love it. And he goes like he goes like, "Where are we going?" He's like, "Yeah, nobody ever tells me anything." and then the cherry on top is the guy that voices K2SO.
Oh yeah, Andy Tudyk.
Oh,
yeah. There's another big actor there, and then the actress who does Mon Mothma, like, phenomenal. There's just the acting in that show was just top notch. That's what made it so good.
Just the cherry on top too, just like that makes you like want to like tear your eyes out. Just to find out that he's got a
Bix is holding the kid.
Bix is holding a kid back on their like little farm like planet. I was like, oh man, this is so good.
And
like,
being like a fresh like.
That's movie material.
Well, and being a fresh parent at that time because Jackson was probably months old. Like that hit so hard, and being like,
it did it. It just
it killed. Like thinking that if I ever was in a situation where I never knew like Jackson was alive, and then I ended up like that's so heartbreaking. But I don't know that's what makes that show so good. They're not afraid to go there. They hit the deep, you know.
Yeah, did you have that moment where it was just like you poked my heart?
Yeah, man. The feels. It gives you the feels.
Yeah, the feels. Yeah.
So then Derpy says, Bogey, we was having a great time, and then you bring up the worst fan fiction content ever made in the Acolyte, besides Batman vs Superman.
What?
He was just saying that you brought up Acolyte, which is just as bad. Like we were having a good time, and you bring up Acolyte, which is just as bad as like Batman vs Superman.
Hey man,
now he's
I like Batman vs Superman. Come on, man.
Then he says Andor first season was good. Second season decided to take a little bit of the Acolyte route. I really want the actress who played Binks as Wonder Woman, but she might have been casted as Maxima in Man of Tomorrow. Okay. Honestly, the best character I think in the first season was the blonde Emperor girl. The blonde Emperor girl.
Is it like the cop lady?
Are you talking the blonde Emperor girl from season 1 of Andor?
Yeah.
Oh, the Empire girl, I bet. Yeah, I'm sure that's who he's talking about. Who,
Who
has the love interest, or has that weird love interest with the Ferric security guy, whatever his name was.
Yeah. Is that what?
I don't know. I enjoyed season 2. I think I enjoyed season 2 way more than season 1. I mean, they're both really good.
Who was it that said that? I'm gonna reach out and say, are you talking about the resting bitch face lady?
Yes, that lady.
You know what I'm talking about?
But she did a great job. I mean, because you hated her in that, and
oh yeah,
think of like movie like Gladiator when Joaquin Phoenix is there, and you just hate him. That means they're doing a good job. And
to top it all off is Game of Thrones, Joffrey.
Oh yeah, Joffrey.
You couldn't even job. Couldn't stand him.
The Patriot, the guy who portrays.
Oh yeah, is it General? Is it General? Not General. No, not General Hux.
No, that's Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like.
You're like, no, that's not it. No, I couldn't tell you what his name was, but yeah, the British kind of
commander.
Caddington. Yeah. Caddington, damn that man.
Damn that man.
Yeah.
Caddington.
Something like that.
Man. Yeah, no.
I mean, the actor who played him did a phenomenal job because you hated that character in that movie.
I've seen him. I've seen that actor though in other stuff that I've enjoyed. So
oh yeah.
That's why it's kind of hard.
And he usually plays a bad guy, but there was something recently that he portrayed a good guy. What was it? And he actually did a really good job too. So he's very versatile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look him up because now it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay.
Well, no, yeah, I literally was trying to do the same thing, but you probably can do it faster.
So Patriot cast. No, not that. Not the TV series.
Patriot. There was a TV series?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not like. Okay, Jason Isaacs. Okay, Tavington, not Cavington.
Oh, Tavington. Damn that man.
Damn that man. All right, Jason Isaacs. What movie is it? Oh, he's also from Harry Potter, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was what's his name's dad, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's in Star Trek?
Oh yeah, the TV show.
Yep.
Meh. He's like in it, not in it, if that makes sense. His character, well, spoiler alert, his character dies, so he only lasts one season.
Oh, that's right. He plays the Grand Inquisitor in the animated series. I forgot about that. Suicide Squad. Oh, that's the video game. I swear there was a movie where he was like a good guy. I'm not going to spend too much time looking, but he's an American Dad. Man, he's in a lot of stuff. Holy crap. Anyways, we'll move on from that.
But definitely Patriot, I think it was like one of his most iconic scenes.
And definitely breakout movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Because then, I mean, the first Harry Potter came out around that time too. So then it makes sense that he was part of that. Yeah. Man, we've gone a windy route from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, but I love it. That movie was. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, our podcast
entertaining, still entertaining.
Probably looks a little bit still more organized than the movie was, like for how messy that was. You know what's funny too? Like how
kind of disbodulated, or what's the word I'm trying to look for?
Discombobulated?
Discombobulated. The movie was. Sigourney Weaver says it best a couple times throughout the movie. Messy.
Oh, yeah.
Just messy. And I had a good laugh. In my head, I was like, started laughing. I'm like, yeah, this movie was pretty messy.
Yeah.
It was kind of all over the place.
Which, I mean, fits Mandalorian's character because he is messy. I mean, he's methodical, but he's also a little bit messy because he's also not afraid to get dirty. But it doesn't take away from it being good or bad or anything. So Mandalorian's a great bounty hunter, a great killer. He's messy, but he's great. I will see this. I probably won't see this in theaters again. If I'm being, again, this is not necessarily because I don't want to see it in theaters. It's just more of a time constraint and having kids and everything.
Time, money, all that kind
Many
of
of the
stuff.
other Star Wars movies I saw at least twice in the theaters. I probably won't be able to see this one, but once it comes out on Disney Plus, I will want to make sure to watch it again because I want everything to marinate a little bit. And the weird thing is, I have a tendency to be more on like excited about it after watching, and then my thoughts tend to tame a little bit as it simmers a little bit more. So I'll be curious to see how this goes after some time. So we'll see.
Because I'll probably do like something similar where I usually like to watch like whatever that's like somewhat new or that just came out. There's people I follow on YouTube, like our channel, just to get their take, and maybe there's something I didn't catch
or
didn't catch or didn't like really compute, and then maybe they'll break it down a little bit more and be like, oh yeah, that was pretty cool, or wait a minute, that was stupid.
Right.
Like, and all of a sudden you really get like a really more roundabout way of like your feelings for it. Yeah.
I agree. Derby says, I always thought after seeing Andor that if Disney ever did Old Republic trilogy or series, it should be exactly what Andor is in tone. Yeah, it needs to be dark. It needs to be dark.
Yes.
Andor, and that, I mean, the Maul Shadow Lord show replicated that kind of dark feel to it. So I feel like Star Wars has some good success in fan reception when it's a little more dark and not afraid to be dark. I mean, Star Wars will always be good versus evil. That was George Lucas's vision. It was good versus evil. And there was always like distinguishing elements of that. And I think that's where kind of, forgive me, Derby, for bringing up Acolyte again. That's where kind of Acolyte kind of goes against that a little bit because it kind of makes the good guys look like the bad guys and the bad guys look like the good guys a little bit. And not to say that there aren't interesting factors about things like that, because there's concepts like the Gray Jedi. Maul's character is kind of a shadowy area. But George Lucas's vision still has always been good versus evil, and you understand which side is which. Then, okay, so Derpy says The Patriot with Mel Gibson, W movie. Absolutely. One of my all-time favorite movies. Vader voice. No. Is that in response to me bringing up Acolyte? Probably. Where was I even going with that? I don't know. But when Star Wars goes dark, it does well. And I wish it would do more of that.
It have that like adult theme.
Yes.
I don't know if that's where you were kind of maybe going. Because definitely, like, Andor has definitely adult theme.
Yep.
Maul, like, I don't know. If you were like, let's say Jackson is ready to watch Star Wars cartoons. You're probably going to show him Clone Wars. Because it's got more of a kid friendly.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't be showing him Maul.
Yeah, I wouldn't show him Maul right away.
Yeah, you get what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's a little more violent than I would want him to see at this point.
And at least like the Clone Wars, at least the first couple seasons, because we've talked about it. It's really kind of corny and cheesy.
Yeah.
Roger. Like
It finds its footings after a season or two, and it knows who its audience is at that point.
yeah.
Now, I don't want to say like, I mean, I want Star Wars to bring in young audiences as well. So I think it's important that there are avenues for younger generations to find Star Wars. But like at the same time, I mean, I was first introduced at Star Wars probably age 9. I saw it in a hotel with my brother and dad, and I'm sure I've said this story many times, but so we go to my cabin every year around Thanksgiving time, and when we were younger, we would go and we would stay at the hotel the first night because we would be driving up from um, Minnesota at that time. So and my cabin's in the UP, Michigan, around Ishpeming. So we would drive up and we would stay in Ishpeming for a night, and then go to our cabin the next day. And in one of these trips, when we were staying at the hotel, Triangle Motel in Ishpeming, turned on the TV when we arrived as we're like settling in bed, and the first Star Wars movie was on, and I had no idea what this was. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And my dad's like, "Oh, this is Star Wars." And he kind of just gave me a general idea with it. And I ended up, and mind you, it's probably like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I'm a little kid when the movie started. I ended up watching the whole first movie, and my dad and brother were like asleep on their beds or whatnot. And I'm like, oh, that was so good. I'm so sad it was over. And then back in the day when you're watching a movie on television and it like cuts to a smaller screen and then it says next up on whatever. And it was next up, The Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, there's another one?
You're like, yeah.
Yes. I ended up and I stayed up and I watched that whole movie, and I'm like, oh.
So you watched back to back,
to back, and I'm like, oh. And remember, like there was commercials because it was on probably, I don't know, TNT or something, I don't know.
So by that time the sun's coming up. Like,
yeah, I mean, it was probably.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It was probably midnight or past midnight at this time. It was probably midnight, and then I'm like, oh. When the second one started, so then I watched that one, and it's probably 2 or 3 in the morning. And then I'm like, oh, that was so good, but I'm tired. And then up next, Return of the Jedi. I'm like, there's another one. There's a third one. Now, I started, but I ended up falling asleep. Not any indication of how I felt about the movie. I was just freaking tired as a kid. And I remember the next day, I told my dad, because I didn't get to see it, and I can't like go back and rewind it back in the day. So I said, because this was November around Thanksgiving, for Christmas, I want the Star Wars movies. And so then that Christmas, I did end up getting them on VHS so I could watch the third one, and I absolutely loved it. So that was like my origin story for being introduced in Star Wars. And I was 9 years old, 8, 9 years old. And so like kids can watch the original trilogy at that age. And I think my recommendation to everyone when people ask me, what movie should I start with? Always start with the original trilogy, in my opinion. Watch them in the order that they were intended to be watched. So, talking about Jackson and what I would introduce to him, I want to wait a little time and then introduce him to with A New Hope and watch that, and then go back. So by that time, I might not show him Andor at that time or the Maul Shadow Lord, but eventually would get there. But hopefully he would enjoy Star Wars starting from the original trilogy. Do you remember the first time you watched Star Wars?
Oh, I'm trying to. When you were bringing that up, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I think I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, and no, so for those, my brother's older, 10 years older than me. So at that time, he would have been
18,
maybe even maybe even earlier then. So it would have been maybe 5 or 6. So I think he just got his driver's license.
Okay.
So he would have been, let's say 15, 16, whatever. He had a girlfriend who loved Star Wars and talked up Star Wars so much. And then at one point, I think, I like my curiosity. My sister, like, I also have I have a twin sister. Yeah,
Twins.
yeah.
Luke and Leia in the flesh.
Luke and Leia in the flesh.
You're
Or
Leia. No, I'm just
don't relate us to the Hutts.
kidding. Not those
No,
twins, the Skywalker twins, not the Hutt
no,
twins.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I think we were at, like, back in the day when you had like video update,
Oh yeah.
where you rent some movies or whatever,
Yep.
especially like on a Tuesday. It was like you can get a VHS for whatever price. And asked my dad, I was like, "Oh, I want to check out what the Star Wars." So it had to be like around 6 or 7, just
Okay.
because when his girlfriend would come over, she would talk about it, and I was like really curious because that she knew we loved Star Trek.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Well, have you guys ever," or at least was talking to me while she was waiting for, I don't know, whatever my brother was doing before then they head off or whatever to,
Watching Devil Wears Prada, the first one.
exactly, yeah, at the Apache 6 Theater
Yeah.
down the street. Anyways, um, what's funny though? What? Can you guess what the first movie I ended up watching? Because I go to the movie, or we go to the video update. We rent a. My dad gives me the permission to like rent a movie.
Yeah.
Guess which one I started with?
Of Star Wars?
Yeah, of the OT.
Empire?
Yeah. Revenge
Well, you started with Empire Strikes Back, the best one?
yeah, I started with that one.
Hey, that's not bad. Start with the first one.
And I think I only got like, I think, so far, and then when my brother's girlfriend like showed, she's like, "Well, did you see New Hope?" And I was like, "What?" She goes like, well, "You're in the wrong order." So yes,
you saw the original trilogy in an order similar to how the trilogies got released. If you say, okay, let me see try to explain this. So you saw movie 2 first, and then you saw movie 1, and then movie 3.
Yeah.
Well, the trilogies were released, the second trilogy, and then the first trilogy, and then the third trilogy. You see how I'm relating it there?
Yeah. But I mean, I didn't finish. Or I'm pointing at the right. Yeah, I didn't finish. Like I said, I was like falling asleep. Like I fell asleep. I didn't really get too far. But then when next thing you know, she's like, well, first off, she's like, I own all of them. Don't need to rent. Don't need to go rent.
You can watch them for free.
and then she dropped like the whole trilogy off.
Okay.
The VHS, and she goes, start with this one, then you start with this one, and then this one.
Okay, got it.
So she got me like corrected, but I just found that kind of a funny, like, if you're like you wanted in the backstory how I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back was accidentally when I started with it. I was like, oops.
Like, how did they get here?
Even when the movie started, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like we're on the snow planet.
Why are we in Minnesota?
Yeah, no kidding.
Just to catch up on some messages from Derpy. So, those mixed versions of the Mando theme were awesome in this movie. I think we said the soundtrack was hit and miss. Yes. There were some really good versions of it, and then there were other songs that were a little, I don't know, off-putting.
Yep.
Just remember, Star Wars fans, if you hate Phantom Menace, just remember the economy compared to today. With this new Mando movie back then, McDonald had $1 menu, while it's now $3 and above that. Well, there's a lot of things that can go into that. We're not gonna dive into that area, but let's just say inflation never goes the other direction. It just you never see the economy in terms of cost of things go down. You only ever things go up, and it's just a matter of how fast it goes up. So just, I mean, what when our parents were young, gas was under $1, right?
I know.
My
Like,
dad tells me the story that he remembers when it hit $1, and he was like, "Oh my god, it hit $1." Not to say I don't want to pay more money for gas, obviously, but like
but
gas is never really going to go down. Like,
what was he referencing? McDonald's?
yeah, or the
Yeah, I mean,
price
like,
of McDonald's is.
yeah,
You're never going to go from a $1 menu to a 50-cent menu. You're only ever going to go the other way.
if you watch like the Founder with Michael
Oh,
Keaton,
I haven't seen it, but I
uh,
have wanted to see it though.
it's good. Because he's the one that ends up like kind of somewhat stealing McDonald's in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, he stops when like the first original McDonald's, and he's like, "Can I get a burger and a Coke and I something else?" Like, that'll be 65 cents. It's like you're not buying all that for 65 cents. like not today.
Right.
Like,
No.
I mean, granted, like, yeah, you wanted a burger, a pop, and fries.
Sure. Like
All
essentially
that,
a value
all
meal
that,
type of thing.
yeah, all that for 65 cents. No, that's definitely going to be at least like a few dollars. Like
Yeah.
you said, it's not inflation. Like, just the way everything, like, it's not going to
And
go.
50 years from now, it's going to be the $5 menu because it's never going to go back the other
Yeah,
way.
there you go. Yeah,
And then it'll be the $10 menu. You know, it's just how the way the world works, which is unfortunate. But
no, I definitely recommend. Michael Keaton killed it as Ray Kroc.
he's a good actor too.
I love Michael Keaton.
Well, you love Batman, so it makes sense why you like. But I like Michael Keaton too.
I love. If anyone's ever seen Birdman,
Yeah, that's a good movie.
have you seen it?
Yeah, it's interesting how it's like for the most part, it's a single take, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part,
yeah, where it just keeps following him around.
That's pretty cool.
And then if anything, then it just transitions to like if he walks past someone, it like the camera just transitions
to the other person
and then follows them.
Yeah,
where they're going.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there are some big names in that movie, but I always love that scene where he's like he starts losing it, and he's like on the rooftop, and then was it his daughter, Emma Stone? I think is his.
Yeah, I think that was right.
Was like
it's been so long. I've only seen that movie once.
But
it's been so
but
long.
he just like stares at the camera, and then he just like blares his eyes a little bit, and then he jumps off the roof. but the whole time it's just a hallucination.
Yep.
That he's having, but he's pretending he's the Birdman.
Yep.
But the whole thing is like I love how that movie was just like kind of like talking about like how like he's Batman.
Yeah.
But he's Birdman.
Birdman. I'm Birdman.
yeah. And how he like because I think Michael Keaton, there's like that performance in that movie itself, let alone some other performances, he should have won something like an Emmy, for, or Oscar for his performance.
Yeah.
And he never did. He was always sold short. Like
because he was nominated many times. Right?
Yeah.
But to your point, I wonder what movie came out at that time that won a lot of those awards, because that's probably just timing was probably more of a factor than actual performance.
I mean, you got Leo DiCaprio is always like potentially winning something. You got,
but he didn't win anything until The Remnant.
Yeah, no, true. But that's the same boat as you can say as Michael Keaton. I mean,
always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, there you go. Yep.
Then Derpy just said, I just remember stores used to have better marketing back in the day compared to Disney. Yeah, marketing was a lot better back in the day, for sure. They're having problems with that. I don't know if it's been like a post-COVID thing, but marketing just hasn't been as effective as it's been in the past when it comes to many things, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like
with Star Wars, and especially with Star Wars, for sure.
a lot of things. It's like if you're not
watching. I don't know. It's just like, let's say I'm like recently was watching like a ton of sports with Minnesota. Now both teams, Wild and T-Wolves are eliminated, but it's like it was like the same commercial every single time, whether it was like insurance or you know it's just like boring stuff or car advertisements.
Yeah.
You know, oh, we have a flash sale at Chevy. You know, come get it, or we have leases that you don't see much anymore. I mean, we even talked about this past year at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I thought those trailers were trash. Like we
Yeah.
barely got anything that was significant that was
Of
cool.
substance. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it too has to deal with. I mean, like look at comedy movies. Look at comedies that are out now versus the comedy movies like when you and I were growing up. I think of like Ace Ventura. I think of Dumb and Dumber, The Mask. So apparently any Jim and Carrey movie.
Will
Major
Ferrell,
Pain,
Step
Brothers,
Brother.
Old School, and those were like later. I mean, I guess I'm a little older than you, so that I saw those movies more when I was in high school and college. But I'm thinking of like, I mean, Dumb and Dumber came out when I was probably in middle school type of a thing, and I watched it. Those movies weren't afraid to go to certain levels. I think there's an element of there's more caution that's being put out into audiences' eyes. So companies are a little more hesitant because there's just so much at stake, and when it comes to reputation and money, that if they do something wrong, they can be out of a lot of money. So they would rather just ride, the safe wave, which might not be as effective in terms of marketing, but at least it won't shut them down, type of a thing. So that's just my opinion. People are a little more cautious, or companies are more cautious when it comes to marketing and advertising, or even movie creation, than 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you got a good point there. Yeah. I totally agree. I think I expressed that too with when you like some of our common friends, how like times have changed.
Yep, they certainly have, and it will impact marketing, obviously, for major reasons. We don't speak of the third trilogy. These aren't the movies you're looking for. Yeah, that's. I don't disagree with you there. Like now, I will always say Force Awakens. I'm okay with that. That movie was fine. I had a lot of excitement on where Star Wars might go after that movie.
Oh,
and then we got Rogue One. And then we got Rogue One, and I was like, all right, let's continue to like whether it's a trilogy or standalone films. These are great. And then things started to go the other direction,
and then everything just
kind of fell apart a little bit. But it's still Star Wars, so we still love it. We're still passionate about it. Hey, I won't say we hate like those movies. I don't hate those movies. I don't think they're as good. Like sequel trilogy, they're not as good. Or I think they ruined some of the characters some of us grew up and believe them to be. But I don't know. Hate is such a strong word, and Star Wars. We know what hate means.
What it leads to.
What it leads to. It's still entertainment. I mean, and as I've said about The Last Jedi, The Last Jedi is a bad Star Wars movie, but it's a good movie on its own. Meaning, if you never had the Star Wars, if it had nothing to do with Star Wars, it's just the movie itself. Outside of the whole elongated chase scene, like in that movie, you don't really expand much time. The rest of it was like, okay, it was entertaining. But it ruins certain Star Wars elements in my eyes.
So you're saying, okay, so it saved the movie. Was Princess Leia Mary Poppins her way back to the ship?
Yeah, I mean, but that ruins like Star Wars. That's not.
I know that's what I'm talking about. Like you got sucked into space.
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, but again, I'll go back to
Only for her to like actually literally die.
greatest movie of all time, Empire Strikes Back, still has some things that I'm like, what? So that's not to say that because you have these things, it makes it a bad movie. It makes you question it. But
Yeah.
Last Jedi completely goes against like Luke Skywalker's character. It really changes what the original trilogy established. And it was just a mess because it was a different director coming in. If it was its own movie, I think it would be a little more entertaining. Again, not Star Wars affiliated. Like instead of the Empire, it's something else. Instead of Jedi and Sith, it's something else. A different movie. I think it'd be a little more entertaining. But you throw the Star Wars tag on it, and it's like, ugh.
No. Yeah.
This is not going well in the direction that Star Wars should be going.
No. Yep. Great points. Yep.
And then Rise of Skywalker was just bad because it was J.J. Abrams trying to do cleanup crew from what The Last Jedi destroyed and trying to retcon certain things.
And probably a short timeline.
Yeah,
where it's like,
rushed it.
We got to get this figured out.
Exactly. So, but yeah, The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, and The Acolyte, they really hindered my perception of what Star Wars is.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say they can't. And the soundtracks, like Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi soundtracks are really good. Listen to them. They're really good. But the movie, the story just does not. No. All right. Well, it's what, 1:45 in the morning? And we're still dressed in our Jedi robes.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I've shed a little more. Hey, and there's Grogu who attended the movies with us. Or movie. He survived. And he survived the actual movie too. So you can sell more merchandise. There was no way they were going to kill off like Grogu or there's too much merchandise in stake. Like people were like, "Oh, is Mandalorian going to die? Let's sacrifice." No. Too much money potential to
yeah,
kill him off.
Yeah, and just to have the opportunity, like you said, we were talking like if this movie is financially successful, they're gonna keep milking this as much as they can.
Yeah, him and man. Again, I think we were talking about this. What would you put the level of? What would you consider success for this movie? I'm not saying like a dollar amount, but let's say, does it need to do better than like Force Awakens? Well, the Force Awakens did really good in the box office.
Yeah, just because it was like the first movie in like a long time.
Because obviously they're going to base that off of money, right?
Oh yeah, that's what
they don't. Disney doesn't look at like, oh, fan reception. They thought it was good. That's success. No, they're going to look at it as how much money. What was the revenue that brought in?
Because I had it up too, and it didn't.
But the other thing I was thinking too, like going through the toy aisle of Target and looking at like what they have or Mandalorian Grogu, it's really just the same characters that they keep putting in there. So how long can you keep selling the same thing at a higher price nonetheless these days?
Mm-hmm.
People aren't going to buy it. Like Star Wars, one of the main focuses when that first came out with George Lucas was toys. How can I sell toys? Merchandise.
Merchandise.
But with those movies, you had other things that you were able to bring in. I don't see new things in the. I mean, I see Sigourney Weaver, but she's a Rebel pilot, and I'm thinking of like Black Series 6-inch figures because I collect those. It's just another Rebel pilot, just a different head. It's Sigourney Weaver. They've got probably like the 10th different version of Mandalorian that they're sent. Like, I don't need 10 different Mandalorian versions or 10 different Grogu. Maybe some people do.
Some people maybe.
Some people do.
But I mean, if you're looking at like action figures, I mean, has there ever been an action figure of Zeb?
Yep, I have them.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. They're just like, yeah, no. I mean,
Well, that's kind of my point. Like, you're gonna just, and what they've been doing is they'll use the same molds that they have, but they'll tweak it a little bit.
tweak it just a little bit.
But
and,
now
like,
the costs are higher, so like, I mean, I remember when Black Series first came out, I could get like a figure for $12, $12.99 or so $13. Now some of those figures they release at $27.99 or $30. It's like, I don't need to buy a different version of the same character I have for double the price. I'm not gonna do it. So I
I don't know.
How long can they ride the Grogu and Mandalorian train? I don't think they can ride it much longer.
I mean, that's. I agree with you, but that's from like an adult perspective.
True.
Maybe the kiddos.
Maybe
that's what. Maybe they will.
But is mom and dad gonna want to spend $30 on a Mandalorian and Grogu? Because remember, it's probably not the money of the kids that's spending it. It's
no. I mean, yeah,
you're spending the parents' money.
but if that's what the kiddos maybe put it on their birthday wish list, Christmas wish list. You know what I'm talking like?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
maybe.
So I just pulled it up, Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yep. So like
give me the audience score. Critics score is.
I know. So the critics score average 177 reviews from the critics.
Okay.
Sitting at 60%.
Okay.
500 plus for the audience. 88%.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I don't know.
But you also got to give that time, because a lot of time because that includes like pre-screening people, and more fans who enjoy it are gonna do it first. I think 68 is a little low for critic score.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it at 88.
Where would you? So between the critics at 60%, then
I think the audience score is closer to what the true score I feel should be, but I think it's a little high, in my opinion. I mean,
and then like I said, so that said the average. So the fans at 88 were. I mean, I was like, okay, 88, but 500 plus verified rate users. So
yeah,
I mean, 500 plus. I mean, that's a pretty good, solid,
it's a good number.
Good number to like pull from. Like, so 88. Where would you be putting it? Or like, what would be your percentage? Your tomato score?
My tomato score, I put it around 70. It's 75.
Okay, so like a C.
Yeah, I'd put it at C. Like
Like
I said, it met
if you put
expectations. It met it's what it in my eyes should be. So that's it's a passing grade. Like I'd give it a thumbs up.
Was it Roger and Ebert?
Siskel and Ebert?
Or Siskel and Ebert.
But I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
One of them passed away, and then it was someone else. Maybe it was Robert and Ebert.
Well, I think the other one passed away too, I think.
So like, both Siskel and Ebert have passed away.
Siskel and Ebert? I don't know anymore.
I
remember I used to watch that like religiously.
Oh yeah, like because they knew all.
Because all of a sudden they like break down all the movies, and then they'd be like the thumbs up or thumbs down.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I would know then it's like if it was 2 thumbs up, and I'd be like, Dad, I want to go see that movie.
Well, I like to follow the audience score a little more, because with the critics, because they're looking at specific things, and it's like they're not looking at it from like a Star Wars fan's eyes. They're like they're checking boxes to make sure it fits certain things.
They're like, oh, they look at the
That score they gave, that's low. That, in my opinion, it shouldn't be that low. What was Solo at? Can you look that up?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be around.
I
That's
was
probably going to be lower. It's probably going to be 50 something. But I think this just deserves a C. I think this needs a passing grade. So we'll say 70, 75.
interesting.
What?
Okay, so both right as of now, granted,
Excuse me.
bless you.
Thank you.
Granted, it's early for Mando and Grogu, but that had a 6.9 on IMDb.
Okay, so that okay.
Solo 6.9 on IMDb. Sometimes I think IMDb might be more of a credible source than Rotten Tomatoes, but I always
would
like to
think
go.
so. That's why when it's Rotten Tomato, I look at audience score.
Exactly, because I think there's sometimes the critics scoring is so. It's almost like wow it's like you must like sometimes I've looked up like whoever like writes a rating
Yeah.
and if it's terrible and I'd be like and then I look at some of the like their history of like all their ones like wow you're like either one you're like let's say Marvel like you're not a Marvel fan clearly
Right.
but then they'll have like a rating that's like super like positive for some I've seen that I'd be like that was dog shit
Right.
so it's like okay and somehow you're one of the critics like
Well,
that's
look.
that's why I like the audience because there's a mass more people
Well,
like
look at it this way. If you go to a restaurant,
that's a perfect
what are you gonna? What rating are you gonna choose? Are you gonna choose to follow a rating of like a bunch of like professional cooks and like critics, or like the average Joe and Jane on if they like it or not? I mean, I don't want to follow like professional. What kind of score do you think professional like food critics would give?
Chef Ramsay.
Right, would give like I don't know Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Like those things are absolutely delicious, but like I don't
Yeah.
think a cook or a professional critic is going to be like, "Oh, these are really good." That's a horrible example, but you get the point of what I'm trying to say. So,
Yeah.
but the audience might be like, "Oh, these chicken nuggets are really good." Then I'll be like, "Okay, then let me try them." So yeah, I
So
think IMDb is probably more in tune.
more reliable, but like you said, I do like looking at Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah, I'll look
for,
at it.
for the audience score more often
Mhm.
than not.
Yep.
So anyways, back to Solo. Critics have it higher than the audience.
Yeah.
Critics have it at 69%. The audience, which has 25,000 plus, so the average score or the score averages out to 63%.
Okay.
But again, time will tell with Mando and Grogu if it will be something like that or not.
If I was a betting man, I feel like that score, unfortunately, will go down. The audience score for the Manda movie right now, just because over time you're going to get more of your average people going to watch it and giving their opinions, because you're going to get mostly Star Wars fans off the get go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I think that score, I'm not saying it's going to go down a lot, but it's probably only going to go down versus going up.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
So if it's, you said 88?
I gotta look. I was just trying to pull it back up again.
If it's at 88, I bet it more plateaus around
Yeah.
75 to 80. 75 to 80, I bet, is where it will plateau.
Yeah, it's at 88. Which was funny. So, but like the critics liked Solo, I guess, more.
Yeah.
69 versus Mando's at 60. But that also could change. Who knows?
Yeah. but that's what's his name did the Solo movie. He wasn't originally doing it. What's his name? The redheaded guy. Ah,
That was doing what?
that did the movie Solo.
You mean
Spacing.
like the director?
Yeah,
Or
I'm spacing on his name.
Ron Howard.
Rod Howard. So I mean, the critics are gonna be a little nicer towards Ron Howard, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So history will also
I mean,
influence
like if
critics.
it would, let's say everyone's probably like, all over. Uh, why am I blanking on his name? That's doing all the Avatar movies.
Or James Cameron.
James Cameron. If you're James Cameron, you're Spielberg, you're Scorsese. Like,
Your score is going to be a little elevated from a critic's point of view.
yeah, because they're
There's
just like all.
bias.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was getting at. It's like, or what you were kind of like. I understood what you were.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you're just like, really. Sometimes there's like movies where I'm just like, this was terrible.
Yeah.
By one of those like big name directors. But then like Rotten Tomatoes is like just,
Well, that's like the Academy Awards. Like sometimes the movies that win Best Picture, it's like, did people even actually go and watch this movie? Like,
yeah. No, I've seen that. I think like the Academy Awards is just dog shit. Like
it's like a cult, and it's a way of them awarding certain movies. Like it goes back and forth between production companies just as a way to like continue to bring in more attention and revenue.
but it's like one of those things like you can tell like it's like, well, did you pay them off? Is there favoritism going on? Or is there you scratch my back, I
Right.
scratch your back? I don't. Sometimes I just feel like the Academy Awards. Sometimes I'm just like, what one? That one Best Picture, and then like I'll watch like sometimes like okay now I'm curious and I'll watch the movie. I'm like, this movie was boring. This movie was boring as fuck. Like
what was that? A movie that comes to top of mind that won an Academy Award. What was that Dancing with the Water one, or what? Or it was like the monster in the water, and some woman fell in love with it.
oh yeah. And I saw that. I mean, the movie wasn't that bad, but what was it?
I'm looking it up. The Shape of Water.
The Shape, yeah. So I saw that at the time with the girl, like my girlfriend, and I thought it was
So it's 2017, I think. Shape of Water, Best Picture.
like I thought it was interesting. It was had a weird concept to it, but when I heard it won Best Picture, I was like, wait, what?
I mean, look at these
Other candidates?
Darkest Hour. That was a great movie.
Oh yeah, that I mean that's
The Post. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Those were the other. So The Shape of Water was the winner. Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, and three billboards outside Ebbing.
Dunkirk was on that list.
Yeah. How did Dunkirk not win that?
Yeah, I say between Dunkirk and Darkest Hour being based off like true events and everything.
Yeah.
Of leading up to that moment. I was like, how?
Same with Dunkirk. Wasn't that based off a true?
Yeah, Dunkirk's based off a true story.
Yeah. Okay. Darkest Hour probably should have won it.
I would say Darkest Hour just because just the fact that it's based off.
Well, it was a fantastic movie too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like The Shape of Water.
I know, like I said,
don't get me wrong. I thought
It's
it
a
was
decent movie.
it was an interesting movie, a nice like little kind of like weird romance with a creature, but best picture, no.
I don't know. I having
That's why.
having a romance with a creature just doesn't
Yeah, well,
sit well with
I don't know.
like there's a term for that that's illegal in the eyes of the
Yeah.
United States of America. It's like that's really what we're. I mean, I get it. There's a deeper meaning to it, but still, what we're watching is a woman fall in love with a sea creature.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, yeah, practically, yeah.
Versus Darkest Hour, which is true. Okay,
True.
I will say I am a history major, so I am biased towards historical events. But I think historical events are, especially done well. I mean, it's still a movie, so it depends on how the production actually is done, which this movie was done very well. I would, I don't know, give it to that over a romance between a woman and a sea monster.
Like I said, it was unique and different. I don't know if it was based off a book.
I
But
understand, but I don't think unique and different make a movie great.
Yeah, no, I get your point. And that's what I'm saying. I was saying it was interesting. It was something different.
Yeah.
Best picture though.
But I think
no.
To the point though, I think a lot of times when movies do something different is when they have a tendency and like do it at a. I mean, it was still a good movie. That's what tends to win Academy Awards. You don't win an Academy Award by doing something like something we've seen differently, and but did well with it. They want to see something new. I feel like is usually how the Academy Awards go. But awards, I know we talked about Andor winning awards, but I think awards for movies is just crap. It's to your point. It's just like you did something for me. I'll do something for you. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. I get award this time. You get award next time. It's things like that. It's just production companies trying to buy awards essentially.
And then it just you won an award, cool. What is it?
The award should be strictly based off of two things: how much revenue, like money, profit, I should say, not money. How much profit did the movie bring in, and what's the fan reception of it? That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Not in my eyes. I mean, I'm sure there are other people that probably have strong opinions against that. I mean, think of like artistic viewpoints. It's not just about the money. It's art behind it and everything. Like I get that, but these, I mean, in my eyes, what deems success for these companies is how much money is it bringing them. Really.
Yeah. In the end, that's what's more important is
to the companies, not to us viewers, to the companies. It's how much money is it bringing them.
Yeah.
So,
if anything, like I don't know, when it comes to like awards and whatnot, if anything, that's more important to like the actual like actresses. Kind of like, here's my resume.
Yeah.
And I've won, best actor this many times, best supporting actor this many times. Like that like kind of creates a foundation of like, okay, we're like, we need that person like for our next movie that we're gonna make.
Right.
But the movie itself, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if it really means much or not. Okay, best picture. Okay. Like,
right.
I don't know if that's like credit for the whole staff then, like that went like the behind of making of the movie, but I don't know. I digress.
But even like the actor portion of it. I mean, we mentioned it earlier, like Leonardo DiCaprio didn't win an award until Remnant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so really, it's not even an indication of how worthy an actor is an award, because there are many roles he did that are definitely Academy Award winning caliber movies, but he just didn't win it until The Remnant, which there
Mm-hmm.
are. I would argue his role in Titanic was way stronger than his role in Remnant. In terms of like how much money I mean, Titanic is one of the biggest movies of all time, and Leonardo was, male actor, lead male actor. Why didn't he win an award for that?
Yeah, no, you got a point. You got a point.
And I mean,
Where's he from again?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And he mentions a lake that did not even exist at the time.
That didn't exist yet. Yeah, I know we talked about this before. Yeah.
Lake Wissota was not a named lake at the time of the sinking of
the
Titanic.
Titanic.
Shortly after. But apparently that's what was his character's name? Dawson,
Titanic?
Jack.
Yeah, Jack
Dawson.
Dawson. Mm-hmm.
So apparently Jack Dawson fished on the lake, or Lake Wissota, before it was even named Lake Wissota. And it was funny because I drove by Lake Wissota not too long ago, and I couldn't help but think of.
Let's see.
It was so when I was driving back from going to the draft in Green Bay, I drove right by Lake Wissota, and I was like, "Oh, that's Lake Wissota that Jack Dawson fished on." So.
"Quote unquote" fished on.
All right. Anyways, I can tell I'm starting to cough, so my throat is getting dry. I'm getting tired. It's
Same.
past 2 a.m.
Knowing us, we could talk all night.
Yeah, we could keep going,
but
we need to end.
yeah.
And Colleen works tomorrow, so I have both the kids, so they're gonna be up bright and early, and I'm gonna have to watch them. And sorry, let me reel that back. I shouldn't say I have to watch them. That's not how I feel about watching my kids. I love watching them, but they're gonna make me exhausted if I don't get much sleep.
You got your hands full.
I got my hands full.
That's how you.
I enjoy every minute I have with them, but it is exhausting at times. So we will wrap it up. But again, we went and watched Mandalorian Grogu movie. For me, it met expectations, and Bogey obviously greatly enjoyed it.
Yep.
He's slightly above expectations for him. We both find the movie very entertaining, a lot of action.
But plenty of flaws.
Plenty of flaw. A little messy.
Messy. Sigourney Weaver.
Messy.
That was messy.
The story itself was kind of lackluster, and yeah. But go watch it. It's definitely worth watching.
It was entertaining.
And I'm looking forward to the next Star Wars feature film that we can go to and do the whole experience all over again. As I'm wearing my Mandalorian Experience t-shirt from Star Wars Celebration 2022 in Anaheim, but
and all of us, and we're dressed up in our robe.
In our robes, roasting or not. And I got my pin that I got today with my ticket on my lapel. Bogey's is somewhere.
But. Yeah, mine's somewhere or down wherever.
And I did get my merchandise. I got buckets and
the Mando or the Grogu bucket.
The straw. The straw came out. It's hard. It's so slick because it's just a helmet, but it's a drink. It's awesome.
How cool is that?
And then this one's a little easier to grab, but it's heavy.
Yeah, that thing was heavy.
This thing is heavy. Grogu weighs a lot in this.
I would say at least, God, that's got to be at least 5 pounds.
So we got Mandalorian Grogu popcorn tin. We got the Mandalorian drinky drink cup, and then there's another popcorn tin. I did not get the AT-AT. That just, I don't know. It doesn't even. This can at least hold a lot of popcorn.
It's actually a bucket.
It's
The other
actually a
one-
bucket.
uh,
The other one was like you can only
He
put a
just-
little.
Yeah, you open the top of the AT-AT and just throw a little popcorn
You're essentially
in
just
there.
buying a toy AT-AT. That's what you're
Yeah.
doing. And I'm like, I have AT-AT. I've got one right there, so I don't.
That thing was expensive too, and I was like looking at the advertisement thing. I was like, $80 for that?
That was $8. I didn't see that. That was $80.
Yeah, it was $80.
Screw that. Who? Oh my gosh. I mean, I thought even this was expensive. The bucket at like 45. Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
was.
what
The woman told me $40, and it comes and then because remember before we went to the
Then she-
movie, I asked it and she said, "Oh, it's $40." And then I waited till after the movie was over and I bought the bucket and it rung up. I mean, it was $45 and then with tax it came out to 48. So it's like, okay, that's not what I was told about, but I'm like already
Well, you
within the transaction. So
Yeah, you totally got ripped off because, like I said, that table that had like the
Price,
blow up blow up
lightsabers,
lightsabers and
yeah.
then like face masks that you can take pictures with. They had the sign that was showing everything, and yeah, it said 40 for that
no,
bucket.
it said 45 for this bucket on there.
Oh, it did.
It did, but I didn't see
Oh,
it until after.
So she said it wrong.
She said it wrong. She said it was $40.
Oh, okay. I thought it said okay. Well, anyways, I do know for sure the AT was
I believe it.
it was $80.88. I don't know if that was supposed to be like an AT reference or
Oh, I get it. 80.
yeah.
Okay.
But that's why I asked you. I'm like, do they even have any here? And then you're like, oh yeah, I saw one left on the counter,
Yeah.
and I was like, God, that's not worth that much.
No,
Like,
no.
no.
There was only 3 of these buckets left of the Grogu one, which
Oh, right at the end there when we left, right
Yeah.
before we left.
yeah. But I'm sure they'll get restocked for
Oh,
movies tomorrow.
oh,
The only
yeah.
difference was they were allowing free refills on the buckets today, like as many refills just for today's movie. The next day it's like one free refill or something like that.
Mhm.
Which I was more like, are you gonna do you spend this much money and you don't get any free refills on this? Like I better get free refill. But I didn't even drink all this because why would you even bring this in? You can't even fit it in the cup holder. Why would you even use this as your drink?
Did you ask that, or the people in front of us asked, like, does it fit in the cup holder? And they're like, no.
No, I asked. I
Like,
asked it as
was that you that
sarcastic.
asked that?
I'm like, does this even fit in? Like, it was sarcastic because I knew it didn't fit. And so it's like, why would you use this as your drink in the movie if it's not even gonna fit?
And let alone, I can't imagine how many like accidents happen, because that's when I grabbed that thing. I was like, that thing's like slipping out of my hand. Like
Oh,
I can't even.
Did you see me just try to grab it? I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, I know.
grab
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
And
can't
you
even
tried.
grab it.
Can you imagine there's a
And
drink
you're
in
eating
there?
popcorn, so your hands are all slippery anyway.
Like, all greasy. All,
It's like,
all the,
did you ever see the
all-
movie Longest Yard?
yeah.
Shouldn't eat all that popcorn, Brucey, the quarterback.
Everything. Yeah.
Hey, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that popcorn. Anyways, overall, great experience. Can't wait to. We'll go see Jedi Starfighter next year, and then Spaceballs, the new one. So we'll do. I don't know. Maybe we can get away with wearing Star Wars stuff to that. We'll see. But either way, we'll be bringing that to you. And I think now it's just Ahsoka. That's the next thing up. And it got pushed back to 2027. So we might go a little time without any content unless they reveal like the next tales of something, which I feel like they did that with Underworld. They announced that they were doing it like a few months before it actually came out. So maybe they'll do something. Who knows? Other than that, it could also just be Disney transitioning to Dave Filoni. Space out.
And they just need to take a
Need a timeout, regroup.
Timeout and regroup. Yep.
Which is totally fine. Like, I'm
Oh,
all
yeah.
for it as long as like
Get it right.
Get it right.
And do it right. Like
We'll take a
don't-
little break as long as what we get back or get when we come back is more on par.
don't just pump out shit just to pump out shit. Like,
like I said, do it right.
Quality over quantity. Give me quality over quantity.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, again, if you're listening to us right now, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, rate, review, share, follow, all the above. We greatly appreciate it. Any little thing you do helps get our channel out there amongst all the other Star Wars channels. And we will be having a prize giveaway once we hit 200 subscribers, which we are almost there. We can almost count on one hand how many more subscribers we need to get to our first merchandise giveaway. And then once we hit 500, we'll be giving away a Theory Saber lightsaber. Not going to want to miss that one. Make sure you're public so we know who to enter in the drawing. And when we get to the 200 one, we'll do that. We'll do the drawing live as we're, doing, and just to make sure everyone knows, when it happens, who's winning. And I see Grogu is smiling. You look like a Sith right now. You look menacing.
Ooh, me?
Yeah, you. You've got like an evil grin on it too, like a smile. Oh, now you look like you're suffocating. But yeah, so we'll have those drawings and looking forward to giving away some merchandise. Until then, I hope you get out and watch the Mandalorian movie, Mandalorian Grogu. Go have fun, dress up, be true Star Wars fans, and come talk to us and tell us how you feel about it. And we'll look forward to coming on next week and talking. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out. And we're not going to do a blind ranking today, but we'll do one next time.
Next time.
We're at 3.5 hours almost, so we're that's why.
Really? Oh gosh.
Yep.
That's why my eyes are so heavy right now.
Yeah, exactly. So until then, have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. And we look forward to talking more Star Wars with all of you next week. So till then, as always, may the Force be with you. And also with Grogu.